some papa be a yati no here because the name remene NPP4 representative, the director of communication for the NPP here in the UK. We bedu studio ha asumudwimu enti ya hoto ene asumudwi mapa. Brony Becker, you are all welcome. We haven't started yet, so if you have just tuned in, you haven't missed anything. Those of you who love the YouTube, now we are live on YouTube. You can see my face. Very soon, you can see the whole picture of Mr. KWEKU BIMPEH. But on the Facebook, you can definitely see both of us all at once. And so, you see, Kataweni, Anumes, Kataweni go, nature say, ye be shasiye. Na yebe shasi no neche say. Okay, thank you. Yebe shasi neche say adebia his friend say ye signature tune no and ye fire will burn you some Sunday bakusu jinam na afe ye koyenim.
NFM Radio.
Yes, you are listening to Fire Ubenio. It is a weekend edition, the Saturday edition of Fire Ubenio. Tonight or this evening, we have here in the studio one very prominent NPP communication director, UK NPP branch communication director with us, and soon Mubetininka. It's all on the understanding of what we know in Akan language already. Same thing they are singing about is Pepe Bia Martino. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Somebody said, Mansa Musa, your voice is too low on Facebook. Yo, Marty, me hear me voice anymore. And they say me a show so Bia Timinka. What Mansa Musa is a Saturday edition. Now, what when you say the air course, the small news are air course no a shakra no ye. NPP for almost flag bearership contest. And now so be a person or be replace Nanado. Na obey president, you know, and with the some kitty cry. And someone can see now. I don't know which one is the biggest, but just say, Obia, you're not doing say penny ma presidential candidate, and I say hopefuls, no, nya on limelight. Into ya penoma be just a monafa. Bine, San Crofoni Bine, my maybe a friend is Cecilia Dapa. This is Cecilia Nansa Mudia. A more do, but NNT and NPP4 Director of Communications or UK UK branch of the NPP almost penny for when I just open say Biabe Kasa. He is the best man to come and tell us what is going on. So let's go straight to and welcome formally to the podium and to the captain's bridge with myself. Mr. KWEKU BIMPEH, Yamawo Ajo Ediba NFM Radio. So,
Mansa Musa, good evening. It's always a pleasure to be around. Studio High, really nice. I think it's my first time.
Yes.
The last time I was here was somewhere in
East Time, baby.
Somewhere there.
Yes.
And the progress. And well done. And congrats to you. I'm completely marveled.
I hear radio and the corner on your TV.
Fantastic.
I think it's fit for anybody. And he said that Chimumpeni for ni biba. Fade bra, unse mi Mansa Musa bia manuye din, manuye ya ni ade. But obi obetra me nimbia me dey respect ni man na me busa me questions. So such a place no the bar mo bana mo cast no cry et say cry benyo bia park kama. na ya betra si wo TV na anim kra no a enti
me who's all TV broadcast ana
say on set you mo akasa mo nya mo time no enti no
okay
TV no de say me make sure say eye no kra say nipa na ready or ba because say ye nya kra say nya nipa two come ho cameraman and obi a ono direct or tia oh he say sa screen say wo ha nyina no ye be on say screen wo right yi ni nyina so say nipa kro no working your ma wo so na be che no enti no ye hihye enti da ma so far me nko ba say mun penifo ni bi ba na o ka so Mansa Musa o ma me full let's say 2-3 days and especially Sunday kra no a ye ba be hiem na ya ye TV na kama so anyway
noted
and you say wa hu say me ha
dey hujuma say so man be first say be am ba me chairman na executive ba kubi e be hwe na fe
there we go
say me personally I'm on holiday into me what time kakra me to me e dey be ba out and I thought say no dey bia o ka say me mra o frɛ and you say be out frɛ na bia me to me ka say be ho be frɛ na me ye bibi na me be sa hye bibi mti fa che me you say bia na say me o me ka say me na ko ku o jane na visa no not at all me Johnny ko shiasem enti
pajo me producer say ade na mama watena ma baby a hanga no sen no a matare bi sen ho na enye fe no
bom
enti traba on left kakra
that's okay
traba ni enyi ho ni film because bem
I come on I'm fine boy enti no
this is much
better
yeah then yami ase mo fanche I needed to correct that because aesthetics and the optics hu hia pa if you don't show the right thing matter if you say what is so je na bi o free duty aba no entwa yie nti na say me yi film we say dey udem come on that's the point too
because me pie na even say soon to I have to go back in
dano mi share me MP na market on sa almost Sunday market no na ma wi akokofunu na ma na afunu ntimi me kwa kopa wure mu nam omukokunkum sa enwure mu nkokọ no esi se ewure mu die ne bia omu die ne Patrick ne ye friend saying ene PJ no mo ne ene first sant no mo papa bi ene ne bo so nye din me nam ho am hwe ne ne bo nye din se ne once a while hwe akoko ye omudi nsu pompi cheap akoko mo pa out on 3 pounds it's too cheap for it to be good into any way we papa back breko adeja me here obi ede ne nsa apem me na abomi din na me don me say really ovia MP out parliament house a wo hwe ne suit na no kasa na obusa so long time na only MP no 2000 and was it 2002 around that time around 2000 there about or no electro me nkrata eko home office na ma twen na mba so those days we dey kwa sebe we dey kwa ye fa reporting by obi antumi mpamo enti eno cover na mom officially no ntumi nya adwuma enti na me bre na me koye na ja ohwe ma asemu na ochro neoma e dey call home office mrama ne kwan e ma okobusa ade na meyi na achesa enti efi ho no de ehumia me de me bre fi no abomidin. Yeah, I remember you came to my surgery, blah blah. You didn't come. Now we share the movie original. What I say? Ghana honorable. Enka. You for 4x4. Be by 3. Be ne dinner. But hey. KWEKU. Yeah. Partisan in twin chain. You need more my boo.
A feature of a feature of development nation. As a crony developing, depending on developing. The part Genesis. And maybe you find every be. Say stage na you draw no. Perhaps we can condone some of these things that we can, but as the it will be years ago. Chroma say on net here. Now aristocrats here that normally create. Not aristocracy,
Yes.
Any class system.
Yes.
Middle class.
Yes.
Working class. So many buy.
Yes.
Now we scanning. We top class. Who don't mean obi a war from crowd. Asia.
They will tell you say know your station.
But bus book out someone. Now and yet baby aristocrats trying to walk. It's a feature of development. They are going to a journey of 1,000 miles.
And yes, you will do that.
We will get there definitely. Now I know say I'm a boy MPP are buying any plans MPP are buying woman gun and it and check if you do.
Say no be why yen to me enjoy you because obi no say. Who say omo ye anti-monarchists no omo mumpe ahinsa we krom ha ne ade no. The Republicans near there. Ebino say it will get to a time where nipa kra yeswa no why should you carry your fellow human being? But sa ya mambre oswa o hene na ade no. And the end to me njai da o. And
no one of your very core cultural values, isn't it? And perhaps young culture no. I saw what say English and it's a breakfast no or your room to the Jonja sausage anyway. I just say that English breakfast there. Traditional English breakfast. German say your friend saying similar.
Almost you cry friend is saying.
Some also can sausage. It's part of the culture and no be eventually it will fade down a bit because at night they just so prominent to say first because they have for no crowd more facas I can see it 4x4.
Yes.
During some of the festivals and I will say be a yaswa a handful eventually conform but a cultural value a core value I mean can you imagine somebody can just stand and say hey
say me play me devil advocate you for anti-monarchists anti-royalties anti-ahimfo some omo nyina adwene say that mentality say wo so obi no that your friend is saying submissiveness ne subordinate ne say obi sin unti na wo so ano ne ade no we say tradition kra no still mentality no wo nipa no e ma nipa no etumi ye obi a bibia no agye atum openi ye bibia ntumi nka won say ye krom Ghana nko but won say ye sub region Africa ne ade no
absolutely yeah
openi ye bibia ntumi nka wona me when nyina no sabi maybe not our generation but generations to come no it has to level up and also na ye nkyere say me woni me adwo say ye nkyere say ebuo ne ani die ye yin free ho
no not at all I mean nyina no a questioning the elders and the other a part culture part education we hear Chroma say the kids are taught to question it's like Chroma who's an uka say batch or say why because that is how they've been trained or you used to questioning and eventually a feature of education system no it will improve I know say and MPP for the for education system moving forward but that anti-monarchist okay Mansa Musa anti-nature also anti-Greenpeace also say oh you grab me anti but a beautiful feature of a democratic society.
Why Brony Biana metibas no ne ba wotie na ba usa grabo me headphone am there shema so no me tie me reggae no na why is he wearing that big headphone just holding me off ne mama mom why no mama hey I've told you when we were on the bus any question starting with why, let's get home before you ask me why. And a jacolani ye why no de bano or be pass my money.
I know shit. You know why questions are also very difficult to answer. How, what, why, why in particular a very high level.
What here be easy?
What is easy? What is straightforward?
How no so sometimes it's easy.
How and why? How and why?
Why no? One can hear
and the assembly bro.
Anyhow.
part of any democracy and it's a beauty of a democratic society. So within the society everybody can have their interests protected and then protected by law and the system. It is also so anti-nature. Now the urban anti overall one as far as a banati as mrana teachers okay with nante koha if you nante koha because I have no if you no anti-nature yes and those things anti-monarchists anti-guns and we perhaps some of those things would be how I say pay attention to but maybe this anti-gun system we know the dangers of guns in society.
Jesus Christ
the two nipa America in a day a month as the nipa who come in a year sometimes some of these anti yes they may have their own agendas but up to society
to support some of us handle be that now see papa because even a chrome ha crowd here chrome about 2, 4, 5, I don't know, 6 years. Terrorism na simu ha crowd no. Adia na nsemboni for the asekan ye no. Imagine say yes sekan no mukura na so mukura tua. Enka hwe nipa hin no mbekum. Oh enti no tuo de obi obekasa ya de papa ye ma obi enkura bi. Enti na emre bi na Ghana na obi de video bi by ohwa si o na na ati so why emotional se tema ye the containers be so etuo ayemuma e ma ekofre the that time the police from penny for obeka say oh everything is under control e obi na akra na obetona. You see the idea is that ni pakron wa crack sa etuo high powered gun no adenti na ehuhia say obeton sa atuo no manipa. And I mean no the theory they say whenever there are a lot of guns in the system, it doesn't make that society safe. It's a fact, isn't it? Oh, tell me, Mr. KWEKU BIMPEH, or director, Emma NPP for UK, UK branch of the NPP. KWEKU after the Ember formal discussions.
I mean, just before you start on the gun issue, I wrote about it. I think it was in 2019. So that time I saw guns in the buy an our gun. Make sure article.
Okay.
It's online. You can go and read it. They say Ghana needs gun reform laws. We need to reform our gun laws. And I mean, sure, I made some recommendations.
So when you link now first send me because I like to read things about or from people I know near the idea.
Absolutely.
Either I share with or I'm against. I want to read it.
I made 5 recommendations, but and it said we have to restrict gun importation in Ghana because two and Google machine containers more buy no not fall into wrong hands are trouble. And the second recommendation I'm making is now say amnesty near head count of 2 be able to feel. Because the minimum 2 a year you 2 Ghana for na be so year 20. And him tell us buying to me who 20 because of the dangers of it. The third one is I was obia or tongue to be an offer training near regulating monitor. And I training or more locally we need to know who they are, how many they're making and where they are. And then civic education campaign on gun use and gun laws. Because it was there. I did me shoot back where couldn't pay any or your life there. And yeah, I was in society, particularly at this point now, you cry young, and yes, also. It's here I am for you to advocate for some kind of reform or look at the gun laws and I say stricter laws or oversight of some of the gun importations and sale.
I think so many people will agree with you. Never be brave because who share I'm say say Ghana for West Africa tira kakra and they say so we share more chroma UK even though America for bomu ye bibia nsemo ko wiase nyina mo ne omo bom na ye enso say ha omo resist say etuo be ye prominent e wo mo abrabom nti e ba ne say na ye de akwati say ya je American style na to na obia to me creatio na one license nko ade na ye de ma oni ade it is a bit dangerous. We should be anyway obi say say kasasa na che say o bo akokora na o time na we commando say na we need to but I don't know you training me and that trainer the mama who say etuo enya de papa fact right. So Mr. BIMPEH yemba and some papa na ya kan ya fa yen konsem hunu so which they are brofo friend of politics in yen so more parliament presidential your friend saying contest here ekoi and some bebre koso but one issue am person me busa na church I'm say send Ross and answer 10 of these contestants in a committee here. Apparently the argument or an debate was the same say more executive top executives say the election should be held in region by region. And I'm say a group in the about 8 or 10 or 9 of them say no. They should camp or bring everybody to a central place. Either Obiemi to Tamale, Bolga wa, Anase Kumasi, Anaho, Anase, Sekendi, Ana Cape Coast, Ana Accra. We meeting wa na Nipano $2 million. Sikasu ho now we vote once. The first question, here na wujina.
Mansa Musa, before I answer that question, Mamenchia, in fact. Jumadia we are ebedie no aye politics no recognition kakra ne hu hia eboam energizing it been fa kwa wakonyo so na menchia MPP UK for membership nyina MPP UK executives nyina MPP UK chairman me wofa K name and Mr. Odijuma Debi was swindling for a program now, Okako supported one. And to me extend greetings to him, you know, safe travel messages, and good luck to program no way of swindling. Also, me and my communication team member Heniba and MSO Wari, Heniba waiting through the program. Me congratulations, you be who actually. Now, Mansa Musa, I'm correct. Name 1 or 2 be okay. And your executives, and now and your executives negotiate 1 and 2. And your presidential aspirant in na a cocaine. In fact, they say almost control near Wokano. There was a point I should have made. In fact, it was a national council meeting which involves the executives and a lot of other people, including the president and the council of elders. No name, founding members in Yankee. It is a big meeting, and a meeting, you know, they hold it every now and then. And this particular meeting, you know, discussion. Part of the discussion was to decide on presidential elections. Okay, in fact, quite an interesting election. So, energizing base, and I know we'll get there in a minute. Now, as far as I'm aware, some of the presidential aspirants, a petition in the command National Council say, election where you did a turn baby falcon. Say in the past, you follow constitutional provisions now. About to your turn baby. So I just say, now the results are into no National Council, EG2 Muserebi, you bet twice our constitutional provision also. Into best to Abano be and to Abano one area, number results in your embrain, rather than say betuno baby falco. Send ya na aspirants, a petition National Council now I'm fan. I see the sense and the reason for their petition because perhaps a second. Say you got to Abano baby wo ebia woten kran to Kumasi. Also 16 regions in now ko yes about way. We are about here to I think it's almost about 1,000 people there to new beyond there to super delegates. Who could have 4 party penny 4 party founding fathers I can say president more parliamentarians regional chairman external branches here representation I think about 37. And the decision no the petition they all the qua but you fortunately no one him. Now, my and Abu is okay. We crown a befa and I am far, we be coyenco. I think some call decide and the decision was they will continue the provision to beyond to abandon one region, no, Namufar results in your day, Embra. I see the reason in both. I mean, that's the party position. As I said here, I can't say me pay and I mean pay. Petition to go through and can be service for some of the aspirants and go through so constitutional provision. We are following the constitution. Constitution here Juma as a political party. I say uti kromane o speed limit yes be 40. Uko so a wanyasem uko under wanyasem you have to follow the laws. And the same thing perhaps what we have to do moving forward is to do a constitutional amendment whenever they call for it. And then we can amend that constitutional provision to say whenever we have a super delegate as we do now we may have to centralize the election to reduce cost. And that is purely if cost is the element under discussion. People may have other counter arguments as to why I say the court region. Perhaps the depend on 1,000 or a bizwa. So man to Mukrum presidential candidates to travel from each of the 16 to come and vote in Accra and also bear another cost. It's both sides, plus and minuses. Unfortunately, a decision has been taken, which we all support. As I sit here, I support it. It's a decision by the National Council. It's the highest decision taking body of the party, and so we'll run with that. And then
I see. You know, say no more. Just say you better know 16 regions. You know, region be better know they fine. Dear na say what they say. Obi etienu asupem ana say hu na ayete no no kure say ebi ka say wan hwa matimi ho beba mo party ni mu ebi ni so wonti ase can you assure your people say from what you are hearing there is absolute peace going forward?
Absolutely. I mean, my experience of elections I haven't had many, but the few I've seen and heard are very similar. During election time, there are a lot at stake. People have, put their serious money on the line, their life on the line, their resources, their life, their family, everything is on the line. And these are big stakes. You're contesting to become a presidential candidate of a ruling political party. It's a big thing. Enti mpempi ni nkofo huna we be say. But we, you know, from what I know, a part of the election, and I think the assurance is that whoever wins the presidential election or candidate channel is going to unite the party, and that is what we're all looking forward to. Saying you bet me a winning or be united party and moving forward, you know. Any I understand why people will be a little bit scared about party, you know, my little experience in politics and sanity here. Politics now groups within groups. And within the MPP, you know, there are people who support another, there are people who don't. Within the MPP, there are people who support Honorable Allen. People don't. People support Honorable Ken. People don't. People support His Excellency, Dr. Bamia. People don't. In sanity, who tends to take over and win and run. No, but dear kakre say sanity. You two abani we no cranny pani be briana ebi omun support of Ken was say almost slow down kakra. But the more to man was a majority, so we expect to say we can still make the party with that majority. No, and my assurance from here in the United Kingdom is say, "Mamu yensuru, yen we yentie near aspirants no eka. No so on bombe na eventually number we'll hold them to account, and then we can move the party forward." We are united once after the party to defeat the NDC for the next elections. We want to do the unthinkable, the unimaginable, breaking the eight. It's something that we've never done before. It's never happened before. And the idea MPP rally behind the New Patriotic Party. Now you go forward because we know say we'll make sure that Ghana be a better crab. And already, you know, we've had very good testament from many people about changes now in Ghana.
Well received. But now uncommon wakabibi say muhiya obia oba obetimi united party no. Is there any fears, say any possibility, say ebinumu womu some characters within the group are omuba they will not be able to unite? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. And unity, it's a key principle for any political party because again, to be a united party in any base, we have a problem of disunity. Now, before Nankasa Krakasa Bano Yonko 2024, we will have a serious problem. We would have handed power simply to the NDC. And unity is important. Nipa na ekwako standing for presidential can nipa 10 honorable men kuku damfo abenfo skafo businessmen have been cleared by the party, meaning say omo duties they are fit to run for office. And obi aka the message and just like any political election campaign, you know, message be tribi e be there but a part of the process, a bit ginger based, no. I'm quite excited about the way presidential elections echo because we compare NDC there. I don't know why they were very muted. But and then brings there. Oh yeah, presidential election campaign and we have to feel it, and we are feeling it as it is with the MPP. Okay, even judging by some of the things which have been put out on social media, I can see said the base are getting ginger, the base are getting united. It's up to the leading the presidential candidates to lead by getting a majority, the bigger majority from those in the grassroots and then those super delegates for now to go through the first round and then the second round and then to be able to come as a flag bearer. And we laugh and because campaigning. So what I say.
I don't know if my question is answered, but before may say this will be be a person who question. Yet me and sir. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Oh, Adam. Afternoon.
Yes, sir. Many ajumu program na moye no. But I'm say MPP Nino or candidate. He's speaking for his party, so it's good. But the MPP as a party, I can say has been the worst thing that has ever happened to Ghana. In this country, some people will say labor cannot manage economy, which of course sometimes you look at it from a different angle. But when you look at Ghana political dispensation, MPP has been a curse on the country. any progress made within the country, MPP as a political party individually has thwarted any development of the country. Right from 1969 through to 1990, to 2000, through to this time, MPP has erased all the development of the country, and they have reintroduced the worst thing that ever happened to our motherland, Ghana, to warrant the coup of 1979-1981. Look, a point in reference is when Victoria Hammer alleged that, said she will make $1 million before she leaves politics. Immediately, the NDC sacked her as a minister. Now we have a minister who has stolen $1 million, 300,000 euros and couple of cedis in her room. That is less than the amount that has been stolen by that minister. And we have some people within the MPP defending that this could be a funeral donation given to her. We have some people also saying that this could be an inheritance. What the hell is going on within Ghana? What is going on? And we still have people who are speaking as if everybody in that country is stupid. Why? Why is MPP doing that? Why do we hate our own self? So the MPP man, me person make it clarification. Say, is that minister fit for office at this particular moment? And the party no ni shame biya say, immediately they will sack that woman and make a political statement to dissociate themselves from the act of this woman. What is he saying about that?
Anyway, to your information, what I'm reading, I can see that it said she has resigned. I haven't read through thoroughly, but I can see the report on the is it Ghana Web? Yeah, I should think so. That he said that woman, Cecilia Dapa, or say Cecilia Dapa resigns. Like I said, I haven't read through thoroughly, so maybe that your first or second or third concern is already settled. But generally, what you have expressed, Mr. BIMPEH, the question is, me read internet that will be say, oh, I did we cry and a bit say a funeral contributions, a BC inheritance, any idea. I mean, I to say, say corruption and new say abaya nyoma ye fi ana say public life ye fi no I say ye di agro I to say enye hu biom say enye big deal to steal enye big deal to be caught just say why is it like this and I say ye no mu bi no na I to say ye shentabo ahwehwe niwa enti previously ne ye hu and then kwan ye hu. What do you think?
Mansa Musa, but I say, Oguzu also an
also.
To be fine, so still.
They be so, Mahunto, so we tear no and the show.
So,
the friend Adam,
but I say, Adam, Namishra, but I say, now, questions, I'll be sending a legitimate questions, a Ghana Nibia, or drink Ghana Hubiano, a right. So, Bisa, questions here, Adam, if you say. Now, or say, or can never be said MPP the worst government and the Akwe development. And no DM say, me no nyadrin e wo ho because say you hear name MPP aban dey go kwama a short of any other government, in the history of Ghana. Yes, we have challenges like I always say, but to say MPP is the worst government, I will contend him. I want him to bring me more evidence because at this point in time there I will not accept that particular claim now or claim Abaya created lots of opportunities among Crawfordia. You can't say it's the worst government. He may have particular evidence in here. On the issue of minister, no, I kind of miss worries. I mean, a story, man, follow me who you know. Man, said I need man follow the kakra and I'm the buy and I'm at CS worries. In the MC, but on yes, sir. Suarez Ania, we say he's no longer a minister. Assembly say, court to send equal to let the courts deal with it. A
whole side, who say the other argument the people are saying Senka na Nekufado after at least 24 hours, on Ukrabe say okay, he has asked her to stand aside publicly, Nanado, it's not right, is it?
Well, Obi understand you'll be dealing with issues. As I'm about
Nanado, president,
absolutely.
America, Biden,
absolutely.
Until Krano, I saw Kamibi. Rashik Union, because I'm Pakistan in your Indian, Yabusano, Bebia, and Tiabanesan, Eddie, Cromodia. Bibi sana na do bia ntumi mbusara na ono so ntumi kan wo we adan
senia edi kan kan na de bia na ye krom ha comparison do bia na o say ye pause because of say krom ha no bia ye want no system dey very sensitive.
Okay,
and it man happen quick ye no ho na me no kan ye so na na mo wakonyo ma say e will get there that speed na nkofo hwehwe say mfanye niama no ebeba e bia now mpempe so ye duru ntino I mean asem bi say nche asem bi nche kra nti yes. Yeah, now go expect say be a president beba. President because no on shut down say and immediately answer the bona man no to the bo ebisa ahwehwem because asem also hwem answer na acting yes sir. They say papa you can say we so ko years ka. We don't know that.
Let me be a bit more informal with you say if you allow me. Say me KWEKU are you okay?
I'm fine.
And I say your former Mr. BIMPEH.
No. KWEKU
here. Adentina yes we say me we wa bridge da yendu sa yendu pepem say utumi ka say oh as for this one it isn't right he should have maybe done it so nti eno so ka usro anasa wo kan ye obi enim say the way as a yene kono anasa the way wa handle case no enye ni papa mu a nti as if say we have to protect him after all he's outgoing president na say wa bibia bana say wa hanye ni ya untumi ka say look maybe I cannot I'm not the one advising him but to me me feel say he should have done so and so but still you are defending him you are protecting him why
absolutely not I'm just saying sir president would have done it in a certain way yes yeah person in a certain way ebi I know to my him
okay
ne kokra ne say question say onipa na asem na to no why then o se me ja adwuma no resign enti no de
friend person oni e twa so na oko yeah Adam
Mansa, I'm say Ura BIMPEH or say or evidence to prove say NPP has been the Mansa Musa no it's not true. Mensumi proves the bra met me actually and say Asama Meka no true no Emma ye emrebi etwemu ku ahodo e course wo Ghana no because of some of these things nitina ma ku no buy no. MPP by under President Kufuor, he had a goodwill. The goodwill was enormous because the world thought to say Ghana has make a political transition without any bloodshed. We changed government from ruling government to opposition party. Ghana went under HEPIC. Sika eka na Ghana dina, it was wiped away. Na sa kana Ghana did a boy ni nano. Ushe the infrastructure development of the country from 1979, memfa non kaho 1981. So ura no Ghana. He saw say Ghana was a complete village. Ghana had no economy. Ghana was under zero economy. There's young military men who took over power no. Went under economic structural adjustment program, series of them, to build Ghana's economy until say Ghana etimi linking in Nkrasi most of the Nkrasi with electricity, most of Nkrasi with water. Womutu emfa ayare ahodo bebre wo Ghana brehezia enifra yare ahodo bebre na egu yenimasi na they were able to eradicate them omutu ni na free ho. Then they build roads, telecommunication rural electrification won eyeni na. Then they started with local assembly concept. They started to build democracy, proper democracy from the grassroots. Then there was this international pressure orchestrated by the Dankwa Busia tradition. They saw that Ghana was making very fast progress. One year, their selfish interests could never be served again. So they mounted this international pressure. And then the West have an agenda. So South African nation be making progress. Then they want to come in, disturb the progress of the nation, and took over controls of the affairs. Therefore, we have to put pressure under Rawlings to go democratic dispensation. And the man said, yes, I don't want to have any implosion in my country. We should go elections, and we had elections. Ghana economic progression started retrogressing in 1996 after the political transition from military regime into the democratic dispensation, which is civilian rule. Move fast forward after ex-President Rawlings or serving the term, Atamels became the flag bearer. Kufuor won election. We had various economic programs. You call HIPIC. Ghana started afresh. Ansa na Kufuor be free so no eka na da hoda da ye de chair no Ghana eka no business. What did Kufuor do with that money? Parties akesiye, akwantu akesiye. He never instituted anything. Ekwan on ye na between Kufuor's administration and Ansa na Kufuor be free so na ekwan ni na asa say. Ekwan ni na asa say. NDC signed by power. Once I started afresh. Once started afresh, you know, because the corrupt attitude that Mr. Kufuor no wa, most of the MPP people become almost started almost corruption agenda. No, then the Atamels came. We wanted to arrest that issue. Atamels became an idle president who said he doesn't want to have anybody's enemy. He did not tackle it, and it continued. So we destroyed it. We destroyed the progress of the country. I'm a MPP science betna subiem. I'm at CCA no. Neowe nano gone to zero. CCA minu kase Ghana economy is gone worse. We've introduced more corrupt practices in the country.
I think it's we've given you a good shot, really, a long shot. It's only fair that Mr. BIMPEH or me kuma between friend KWEKU. It's only fair that we allow him to respond.
Mansa Musa, I don't know, Brian, I'm saying I'm going to Ghana check. We have story no kind of extra adjustment 81 I mean, we moved on. You move your NDC and NPP. We've moved on from there. And to claim say all the roads NDC NPP ban I mean, what do I have to say to that? There's no point to even say anything because in some kind of loopholes we've removed. It's just not possible.
Masa, if you go to Accra now, if you go to Accra today,
I didn't come in. I gave you some respect.
Deplorable. If you go to Kumasi today,
but the fact that roads are deplorable doesn't mean say a maintenance issue. It don't mean that roads say yes. If you use on a daily basis, what shall CCC it is on a roast here. A Sikasam maintenance, and who be and a digital on the equine. Now walk alone as him. And who be a digital on the equine. As NDC free honor. Now roads are not a tar roads at 23%. And they are bruso. A bro double that figure. It don't mean Case NDP buys a say coin. And you know, in fact, when it comes to roads, the NDP are the pa. So be sending me a picture of Ghana baby. I'm saying, Ghana. Even from the main road, no going to some of the smaller roads, any no tad wo. You go to here to say Kumasi Kwanya, or Mobile Sobuchim, Bidibiki Kahui. Then you know, cost let's give credit when credit is due. MPP are buying by in case say we've got everything 100%. Promises I demand Ghana for, in case ye nina, but a move na any gusu yebi. When it comes to our coin, they are Bradams, whatever Srewa, MPP are buying did far better than the NDC are buying. I know the NDC, no, a coin and coin from Crasity by group. By any Tata, so with quota, your percentage near very high. And you only have to Google it. Go to the World Bank website, go to the Ministry website, it's there. And Bisa Ukromu 4, they will say it. Yes, because of maintenance issue, but we need to continue to maintain it. We need to have that funding to continue to maintain that route.
I think he has brought in and you have responded. That's a general, observation he has made. So now let's come back to the your flag bearer. Adam, that's it.
Yo, Miss Medamas, Nansan American flag bearer, no, Cecilia, and also asem no. Aquacobani says, Cecilia, the MPP, most of the, flag bearers, no one said the country is cheap to be run because all institutions are broken. There is no value to the presidency. You'll be a president.
Adam, it's not true. The institutions are not broken.
Since when? Minua MPP issued give me a promise, say they will bring back sanity into the presidency. Into Obi Obebabiano should ensure, say, the presidency, should have some form of respect.
Okay.
So
honestly
speaking,
Bradam, a dear now person presidency, can dear back what opposite president the yaw who said they respect Papa. Namin some fan command.
Near me person president ne yenami who said they respect Abane say. Sir, who ensure said the office has nothing to do in any corrupt practices and will stand firm and give the freedom to the other democratic arms to say the judiciary, the executive, and then the legislature. They should be independent. So, independence now. Send the MPP say judiciary. We will not have any government, any party that will form a government that will come and destroy the judiciary. We will have an independent parliament whereby the legislature, members of parliament, will have their own brain. Will have their own brain. MPP has been able to corrupt the NDC parliamentarians.
It's completely different ballgame. Parliament, they have their own brain anyway.
If some group of people will not see the sense and will side with the people whom they claim are not even good, and they still, side with them. That one, it isn't about the
Mansa Musa, we need the reason why.
We need to,
Mansa Musa,
fine-tune it.
Mansa Musa, the reason why Sadia Nekosu. The reason why that is going on, they say, we have a government who would move heaven and earth to achieve something that is not of national interest.
Oh, how can you say that?
The national interest, the national coffers will be drifted.
It's not true.
To draft in corrupt members of society.
Hey.
Enough in Yan Kasano, we are inwardly, we are corrupt. It is a MPP who will be able to co-opt the corrupt members of the NDC to support the agenda. They will move heaven and earth to do it. But see, your conviction said, maybe what MPP
will do that if the people themselves are corrupt. So that is exactly the question. You have answered it yourself. No,
yeah, that's it.
Right, that is Adam all the way. I think he's far away from London. He's not in London here. It's only fair say somebody who is
when
camera.
We need to be who be I'll see you on here.
Maybe dear no, don't worry.
Okay.
Maybe dear me no. Who dear so. Maybe we battery na I am. Maybe fino. Maybe fino. Oh no, we okay. Now 5888. Hello. 5888.
Hello, Mansa Musa.
Baby, I want on patcho. You voice ne. You know what you know. It's only fair, sir. Bema uswabekasa. Yetio.
Oh, Minia BIMPEH, Michelle Segaboni. Michelle. I know you are power. Mansa Musa Michelle. Oh, this is Segabo.
Okay.
BIMPEH Michelle. I'm saying here Adam Bibekasa, means indeed the Adam. So my boy did wrong on punching, but as I'm just saw the Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
And a cross, Papa in your role or by Taiwan. Lesson.
Me who telephone crowd who you so and never who telephone esu twitwa esu bubu telephone be na who you so.
I'm driving to her.
Well, then it's not good for radio, my friend. I mean, we are doing serious business here.
Take a crack.
So Jina, me pesa asama wo kan obi eti. Enya me na meet you echo radio so. Enti so be Jina ho na emba ye. I will let you speak, please.
Okay, ode. Me papa Jan my friend.
Nice one. That is better.
Me papa and I mean you so baka na me into
say me ba o. Say I will kasa no ye clear. Say ubetumi apaki baby say no fine. Say una motor we so dia and say opa baby na o san frɛ. So Timinka, so bet me akasa se see fine. Go ahead. Right. Mansa Musa Mene, Mr. KWEKU BIMPEH, or no, director of communications for NPP UK branch. On Mene Chichin Komono. Before Sega Bobesan Bano, Tiasiene say, Nami Busao say, one okay, we'll see, oh, here will be our Baba a unified party, no day and Kabumbe brain. And my question is, is there any fears? Just say who be or say one of them, two of them, and that's how be. So munya to me now, maybe they cannot unify you. Is that possibility?
I think that we've already answered that question, but again, Mekoso, I'm politics here. Ubi answer you, who ubi ajene wom. Ubi oha obefu se bia candidate X bar if you want to be united and Jimin Tobano. It's part of the process, isn't it? Everybody's allowed to have their own sort of feelings. And you know, before say, "Oh no, but I want to be united party now." Been true, man. And you know, whether or not,
Obi Ohosa. I mean, the question, no, Obi who say,
well,
there
are bound to be people ebeji say ebinu Ohosa, and there are bound to be people ebeji say, omo nipa teni nyina ye competent and able to lead a party and unite. But that's the case. I who has a presidential election. He ain't post mom teni nyina.
The question, there is a Mibusa who say I'll probe. There is a Mibusa and say,
of course,
who said do NDC for the no. Look, Omunyina him say, Omunyina baby of Frebia, Muhammad your bar Obia Smargino. Now Obifu from bar, but it him, it's no not they knew who can unite them. And then Mibusa was sure, but come Musa direct. Why now food say obey to be uniting more better than the rest of them. Is it Baumia now say Japan now say Japan now say Alan? Who can unite?
I hope.
Or if you come to Japan,
I hope
the man I like. Me no Busamia, I like come to Japan. Never come in Ukraine.
I hope that when you want to be here, you talk about the task was so report is to unite the party. I'm not even allowed to discuss my preference as an executive.
I'm saying Gabo, are you ready? Say Gabo.
Because 2 minutes we Adam Bikasai.
Yes.
Papa may God keep his soul. Rollins or by no electrification is animal static or static kakra. But you see, a name Rollins obey in a crown. A dehun a bragana fool. And now a two noble board gunner phone, a two not two. Businessman or attacking woman. Or say, men talk Comrade farms, men talk a cocoa Nukusi, Utopia, with this kind of party. Men talk a pinot soap. Oto apino soap was the kind of local party. Shenko for Hesse or Digitata Brewery, Sian Tata Brewery, Uku Liberia, Soak Nukuno, or by the runners over the legacy business. He destroyed private enterprise and entrepreneurship. And the letter and the spirit of private enterprise entrepreneurship. And this will be radio, so no, but runs us, no, the compare for Minia, as no woman said, Rollins from 1981. Until say you call 1982 or change or metaphors by present from military to civilian or by present for another 8 years for about 19 years continuous. The economic growth of Ghana never even went beyond 5%. 4.5%, 5. It never went beyond 5%. 5%. I'm telling you this. Mansa Musa, I'm saying this. Between 1981 and 2000, I wrote as more than 400 feature articles. I was living in Ghana, and these were published here in London, here, at UK magazine. I followed everything. Wallace never grew Ghana's economy beyond 5%. And to go forward, or they call here picking, nay, I a car, Wallace in the Kosibuchi, Omako World Bank, I dear Guho, a Cambo Guho, a Cano, and Yakopa Hochawa, Yadisha. Now, under Kufono, we saw the massive development in Ghana, massive. Linking Accra to the Eastern region. And it was banks. Then for them credit is kept by Joseph, by Jessica, the Fire Juma. And the over your case, and I was on a Kofo by and a Hippic in the Chicano, and the Chicano parties no dear. With your propaganda. I don't think he knows the economic history of Ghana. I do not think so. Wallace destroyed private enterprise and entrepreneurship in Ghana. He sold all the free system, and companies, factories, crime and crime, both Simon. Rollins, everything was sold under Rollins administration. Give up factory, economy, and he will be to begin Ghana for any, or being to Ghana for when Kufo was living. Kufo left Ghana's economic growth at a rate of 14%, 14% growth rate. Rollins, 19 years now, never went beyond 5%. Mansa Musa, I tell you the truth. Ghana, tell us me a word. You also transform Ghana's economy. It was under Rollins. Rollins from 1981 to 1982, about 11 years old. Rollins never went Yanko Parliament to. Loans were quite free. IMF, World Bank, Yanko Parliament to. Neka obesima transform Ghana's economy. Rollins the only president no chance to say no go best tiny the economy no. Odi who no to Ghana for so. And you hear people for to no freedom and development no. Freedom, development and freedom no. Ne free wa because who go Ghana for who or Ghana for businesses. And they say you can't run as someone. Yes. Oba was such rural electrification kakra link the rural sectors near them. Give a man his due, yes. But under the legal corruption no overcome one. One is no to see more than 60% of his own NDC members were corrupt. One is no to from the horses owners. One is told Ghanaians that his own party no setting up NDC more than 60% of the members were corrupt. And it's only the journal the overcome one as someone. One good Kufo ni mwasi. Kufo grew Ghana's economy at the rate of 14%. Never in Ghanaian history. Never. And never Kufo be. And it will be able to go for any. So, that's what buy. One is never even brought democracy. Ghana for me, we fought for it. I'm sorry to use this word. Shit bomb. And then go for fighting Ghana power. People have been near multi-party FM station. It's only one Ghanaian station. FM station. People and some show articles. I could see Radio I, private Radio I. The first what is so in Brain Tommy Thompson, Free Press, owned by Tommy Thompson. We're book for Ghana. Freedom, even to speak our mind. To speak our mind, connected. Who? Everybody wants to know who said. You are Ghana for no. I forget I need to be I forget what kind of culture of silence. But one who said, what can I say them? What can Ghana watch them? He was even complaining about the culture of silence. And then corruption. Corruption, no corruption.
Now come and say, your friends say, yes. Now come in more Kasa. Baby, I walk on a semi Bemukakra. Rolling Sababu Tua Kunkum because of corruption. After we say corruption, here baby, I drew. Ain't it a fault to say? Or see or use Bugabuga, emphasis and your papa, or use Bugabuga say or they stop corruption. Now say new word, corruption still any fault. And yes, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What sort of thinking is this? I will let you flow, but you are not making substance here. Only panic back say, look, why you would emphasize be and so no, and who know the buy and say, Yenja corruption. Revolution biane course we are simu bebiano. People learn and try to change. Even here in this country, when Cromwell and the rest, they spooked the royalties and they started changing. They started doing social, help and here and there. After the war, a year for money, it is a hospital, free hospital near there, any council flat. They started those things. After the revolution, they changed. Now, still we are blaming him for what is happening now. That is not fair. That is not fair.
For that. But we are talking about the repercussions that he caused the country. And because Mr. Adam Novakasayan, he wanted to assume all the rapid economic development Ghana for achieving to Rollins. That's why I'm saying this. He wanted to attribute that to Rollins, and that is not true. It's never true. Because he never even drew the claim even beyond 5%. Never ever. It's not any document in Ghana. Where is buying? I been economic growth more than 5%.
For that one, I'm not going to look. But I'm not going to challenge you. Who your politics? But what I want you to understand is say corruption e busua. Any role is for Tibium.
Can you change the party? Look at what he's saying.
Well, that's what, listen. I allow you to counter that argument. Listen, I have allowed you.
No.
Segabo, that me catch you. He's not
the only person.
Me personal life, no. Washe da na oye. Makaje say radio me memo wakasa lo. Onipa no tia no kra no ne time nyina no nya abotre. I will let you speak. But what you have to, the moment you hear my voice, that is how it is done here in this country. Yes sir. Oh kasa kwa keke. Me we yes kasa obi me you efusu. But it's not the point. You got to let me put my case across, then you answer. Osan babio mo a. Now follow the line. Obi afrebet kogubimpe. You are here to represent your party. Let's carry on. Adam, you have to wait and come in later, Mesrawa. Let's make a bit of movement because I have a lot of questions to ask. You can come and talk. I understand. Let me ask some few questions. Your friends, this woman now also will resign. They say will resign. Yeah, clear who say either Nadado had to, should have spoken earlier or taken any action. Yeah, clear who. Okay, so say where we are. People are suggesting still Yoko and everything should investigate her. Do you agree with that?
Mansa Musa, I say hwhwem. So na me kan ka chero me anka me kan facts in komuye. But Onipano were resigning in later also be cooperating with all state agencies to get to the bottom of the matter. So I think the matter should rest there and then. There's no need to have any more discussion about it. Because on one letter Babonton and say, Papa na genuine they are. On one also be cooperating. And I know they say one.
I see. Say a genuine dear on one also be cooperating. Corruption, no, how do I say it? I to say, ye good aban we hufi pa. Are you worried to say now more pay obiebe dimo anymore? How will any of them convince Ghanaians say he or he member he can do something different or better? And me can't say different or better no. And yes, promising to chase only NDC people, but even the immediate past people no, I want people no. Why now he will have that capacity to clean up the system among the contestants?
Mansa Musa, thank you for that. But one, I don't speak for any of the presidential candidates as I sit here. I represent the party. So question will perhaps ask me after when they were already elected one person. But two, corruption, and yet party base. And yes, MPP wasn't MPP for EBB, and I said this was a cut across a nipper subine. A nipper subine because ABB offers or ABB, he will get away or she will get away. So what I say. And no kahun bintina, but the systems are a bit me at Sisa to Chrono. And one of the systems I miss them particularly fond of digitization by the government. Because as our system will go ahead, as someone we've had this discussion many times, a basic corruption and particularly within the public sector. Of course, we can cite many examples of corruptions and NDC to MPP time. It doesn't solve the problem. The problem is that by the end of corruption, we know that we've had this discussion before. There are a number of things that we've done. But yes, the corruption, I think I say, NTB, Egusuba. It is a bit how you just say, any pan or mushada, wapayo, and I say a mistake, and I say a plant. Now, me personally, my perception and my view, corruption should be taught at school. Special prosecutor by we were all hopeful, Nana Dubai, or say on the anti-corruption campaigner. Obesisi and in fact initially never be a buyer obi an ask baby I know or act so we kaya and some be buy before Emma and another act a year free ho there no a buyer na public pressure no so and you tobo as a president why you and san want take a decision and guess some never talk people one no act now acting no cry now we anything president our customer san ko fund there now I say oh yeah lose credibility kakra. And no, perhaps even that answers the question of Zabia and Tanado in the 24 hours one can be beer. Else not to know him or be a obetikum ticket to be near Atanasi, Sardinian, Ukrainians who emphasis Canania, any obitium which is done on a number of cases. But corruption, no, a endemic. Billions of dollars and pounds and cities are lost in every country, including Ghana, on a daily basis. A cancer, a society. Now, corruption, the cuts across, baby, a smart crowd, Ghana crowd, and Sessa conferences a crema. A software boom crofo, Kofojina Kong Akron 4. It is a idea, a quite a menace within your society. No, we're hoping, sir, and she's like a cry around corruption, special prosecutor, infinite toward digitalization in particular. At the MPP, about Twaswa in the public sector, and the ABC corruption. No crime. Bebri, I'm sure you agree with me on that one. We've had this discussion before. Say systems are computerized. Now systems are locked properly. Now your access to Nemabi and Nekrade because of freedom of information. Abaya Honorable Kojo Ponkromaya Huajuma, but last week was the district baby. Oh my first policy document the Aba. Right information or until the person who in the public sector be at the jump. But just what I say.
Because that is most of the institutions need play police and one of them. What they do is that they won't give it to you. Then when the court will judge against them, and when you saw a buying seeker, they compensation. This is what is happening. They won't give you the info. I think on 3 occasions, me share that me knew her, but I know the last one was even the police institution. Some information groups we here. Into what next? Oh, not judge a car to her. A car say no be able to a bicycle. That is they are using. And it's all insult all round.
No, it's a feature of a young democracy. Some of these policies they Krumha, it took years, hundreds of years. So it's a policy.
No, if you are telling me we have to wait for about 500 years.
I'm not asking you.
Yeah, you're genuine, you're honest. Then we have a long way to go.
Your words, not mine. I never said that. That's what you're saying. I never said that. I'm telling you, it's a policy, a young policy. And every young policy, Biano, has serious implementation flaws.
Young policy. Huh? In what sense that freedom of information, a young policy?
In fear saying here and a Ghana, they say, yes, freedom of information. How many years?
And fear saying this, and fear Paco Cranoa, Obisi or Baba Shishe, and your mama. What's the main farmer? Because who himself buys it can be debated now, cool it down. So because it's going against the government.
So the panel say, so the panel say, judges are independent. So the panel say, yes, I'll be found with you. But this is what I'm telling you, say. A bedroom paper, so be yes, I want to be. But a journey. We will have this debate round and round and round and round. Say, Oko pay information, embracing and farm out, no information and farm out, embracing and farm out, Fako court, near Mukan to her. Abano Betia.
You see,
and not a civil society group
argument in it say. Previous administration never, me Mansa Musa, any more people before, me Mansa Musa, we never gave them that chance. So, a beginning, and more chance, it will work itself out. We criticize the previous administration for the shortcomings.
Please do.
So the answer given to me by you, they say, it will take time.
No.
Why didn't you understand the previous administration said it should take time before things correct itself?
So now, am I debating with an NDC person or am I debating with media?
No, hang on.
It sounds like you're speaking for them.
No. I'm playing my devil's advocate. That you are saying something. I have to ask a question that someone will ask. Say, why didn't you understand it, this particular notion? Previously, say, mistakes
it's for them to have their argument. I am making my argument.
Corruption. Do we have to really wait for a long time before say Auditor General Becca said 52 billion cedis. Those days, you calculate exchange rate about 10 to 11 billion dollars. Now, do we have to wait for about 5, 6, 10 years and send a president to be and say, hey, I won't stand for this? We have to look into it.
You see, Mansa Musa, we place a lot of emphasis. Bibia president. Yes. But Mansa Musa, I'm a mona yebuno. President, no, afan crofo no yejuma.
Yes.
What you say?
Yes.
It's a human fan. One was some way them way. I mean, Auditor General's report. Let's be honest. Quite sad to read both previous administration and now. In fact,
it's getting worse. It's a fact.
It's
totally about 900. Is it 900 million? And the biggest. Mahama Baimu, the biggest. And now we name Sky. I mean that we cannot account for. A whole lot of. Recently, I see Sky Train. The point in this as a president in this baby, the system now what would you every country, the people will ask you, irrespective, say you have ministers.
So we have a problem with that.
No, every
problem.
Country.
Why do we have president? You can, but we have to hold the regional minister, the MC, we have to hold the accountant general, what region, we have to transcend that accountability.
Their ineffectiveness or corruption or incompetence, is destroying his party or his chances or his governance.
Well, how
doesn't he know?
How would he not know? But we are arguing from a point of perhaps yate. And in fact, Auditor General report, like I said before, every time I'm FBI, it breaks my heart, kakra, to be honest.
Yes.
Say I'm passing kakra. Well, I'm just saying that not to be too emotional. I am passing kanayira. I know that sometimes I am not a issue of a process and procedure more than says kanayira per se. So what I say, because I know say and this happened in both the NDC and the MPP administration time. Say time auditors be kono na mpanyifo no so munye ready papers bi o mehwe no o mun fan by, so then automatically auditors be classified as can as lost or missing. And it seems to have been happening now. But this is why we have to continue to support digitization. And it's our processes now. Yes. Because
digitization, right? Digitization, even the level we are at, American English. British and American for the come and we form the level we are at, we should be able to control let's say expenditure in let's say government outfits, like say airport, Ministry of Agric. I mean such areas before it reaches even the general public. Even there, sample place I make a corruption in your man. So what exactly is it being done? Up till now, we are dealing with raw cash in government circles. Why are we still doing raw cash in government circles?
Kakra. Say government website or about .gov.gh. Or digitize one place passport, births and deaths, and money be which be tried online. You don't have to have that cash. And yes, it's a drop in the ocean, but it's a drop in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction. Say to me, yes, for all government institutions, now we don't have to handle cash. In fact, cash in the society is a killer. And yet, I know you best son one day. A processes the bit again. And remember, boom force has to be. It will take you a bit of time. A processes because cash was system. A processes now. So we end this time. NASA government websites in anyhow. And they passport deaths and births near that in one place. Just say a serious revenue for Ghana. Electricity for Nansei, His Excellency Dr. Bamiaba Krumah obey a program the speech. Was you digitizing revenue streams or ECG? Revenue has gone from a mere couple of tens of millions to 1.2 billion. That is a typical example of some of the astronomical gains we can get from digitization. I will tell you, say, I don't know if you guys are going to get him as your flag bearer, but everything he says has to be carried along with a massive pinch of salt. Most of his predictions and his pronouncements have come to nearly naught, as we can say. And am I being unfair? As you can see, you are entitled to your opinion.
Am I being unfair on him?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Have been truthful, and has he been truthful?
His Excellency has made pronouncements before, during, and now that he's going for.
Which of them has it come true? I mean, most
any of the
big
any of them somehow kind were true.
Like what?
Any of them somehow kind of true. Say, if, for example, if your fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Yes,
absolutely true.
But he hasn't agreed to the fact, say, because the fundamentals are are really weak or bad this time. That's why the CD is falling like that.
Where did he say that?
Oh, he went to explain, to qualify that same statement. He said, if the fundamentals are weak, he went to qualify it, insinuating that what we are going through now cannot necessarily be that the fundamentals are weak. He's taking us for marks, for Kropot.
Then it's up to you to quiz and quiver and delve into it, isn't it? Because we know, those are textbook question and answers we can't run away from.
NFM Radio.
Unfortunately, and again, you don't want to hear this, but we've had serious significant events affecting. Before Nima BCC, Ghana we were on a very good path. City was strengthening a lot. Unfortunately, when the wind blows, when the wind of negativity and strong opposition blow external factors, we can't control it.
Okay.
Affecting. Even UK cry affecting, then
One okay say
they told no. It was any other better. So Chroma is strong economy no. So I say some from to be bought. Hold on. I'm from Anusi Waha. Some from to be bought by Samusa. No inflation could see 10%.
Penny. On why or benefit so. Last April, the 326. And they are going to bank him. The next one, by August. The next one, by next year, January. Say they are binding this carry monk for Winnie Bio. And to me, can say, when they say, black for bro Ghana.
We don't have a benefit system.
Exactly.
We don't have a benefit
system. I don't
system.
want you to compare.
But you also compared it before.
Maybe I'll be a picture in your bar, I don't know, but and they'll be to me the picture be out to be
they go with that.
Oh, hello.
Mansa Musa, why not your bad?
Dear me catch it. Or Papi Channel does we and so your my voice. Anyway, I'll go about why near.
Not that soon. Why near Godfather? Are there own number for or WhatsApp?
WhatsApp now, our friend, no picture, no or Buffy picture. Into my them was up where Godfather be a goddess mother.
Oh, my WhatsApp number.
No, but what friend a studio number? Studio number, what friend? No, I appear, sir. Send call friend me private.
Okay. I get it. Okay, I didn't call your WhatsApp.
But honestly speaking, there's nothing wrong. Just a banter. Don't worry about it. Even though I wanted to hear a woman's voice.
I know you, so when you banter me too, I banter. That's all.
I wanted to hear a woman's voice. And that's our voice, would they be hammer dear? Me, I don't know.
Open, about voice, I'll go Piccadilly party.
Hold on. What can you make me point? I'm your Godfathers, I know advice. I only microphone say, "Who buy near to Piccadilly?" Yo, Mate. Mate. Anyway, serious issue.
Because this argument that NDC for Etayeno, it's going to go against them because about Baumia and the fact say. He's a liar. It is not true. I don't know why they want to make it an issue. Mansa Musa, the man is a vice president. He's not an executive president. He can only advise cabinet and the president. Everything he said, I've got all the screenshots of the things that he was saying in 2000 and especially after the last budget in 2015, December. I took screenshot that time, Crampon. I took screenshot because Baumia wasn't my greatest fan. I thought, he actually exaggerates a little bit, May disagree with him a lot of the things that he was saying about the exchange rate and stuff like that. They cannot do it the way he's saying it. The only thing I agreed with him was the fact he made a suggestion about going the Bulgarian way and the Hong Kong way, which is different from the exchange rate regime we have. So I thought that that's what they were going to do. So when the city was really, really being bombarded, I was making a lot of arguments about going that way and pegging our city, going to the currency board direction. But that's another issue. My point is that a lot of the things he said are still true. The fact said the MPP didn't implement it or Furiata didn't implement it, it's not Baumia's fault. It doesn't mean he's a liar. Give me one thing that he lied about that Onona also implemented and he didn't implement. He hasn't got the control over what the finance minister does. No vice president in Ghana has got the control over the finance minister. We talk about the economic management team. Come on, economic management team is just like Council of Elders. They can only advise, the Council of Elders can only advise the president. The economic management team can only advise government and the finance minister. Finance minister and to his credit, I'm just being fair. To his credit, thank God he went on Peace FM. And when he was asked about the e-levy, he made it categorically say he is against the e-levy. So you know how many things he's against in the way the economy is being run, he said in private that wasn't taken on. No, you don't know. You and I, we don't know. One thing we know is he was.
That's why I have to come in and ask you. I thought you said, Mr. Waike.
No, it's too much.
Mr. Waike, what do you mean?
Me too, Kaya.
Look, I was going to ask you, say, do you know for fact to say he actually did advise about so many of these policies or measures or issues, and they didn't take it? Are you telling for fact that you know that information?
Okay, let me say, behind the scenes, I know that for a fact. But the example I'm giving you, is an indication, there can be other issues that he has said. Because this taxing on increasing taxing with e-levy and stuff like that, it is in line with the fact that we will move away from taxation to production. So he was given the opportunity to react to e-levy, and he says he is against e-levy because it is people who are, with all due respect, not very rich people who use it. So he doesn't agree, they should put tax on e-levy. But did they listen to him? This is the argument that I understand took place in cabinet as well.
I will totally understand
and they didn't listen to him. They went ahead and implemented the e-levy.
On that argument, the question most Ghanaians will ask is, then who is actually running this country? Because I remember, Ken of Ratan, he was actually, he made us aware that he wasn't that, he wasn't particularly happy with the free SHS, the way it is being adopted or implemented. And no one listened to him. So who is actually running this government?
Oh, you see, that is where I'm getting to. We run an executive president. The backstop are the president.
I see.
Ofrata can choose to decide, Opesoye A, B, C, D. If the president thinks, no, I don't want that way, it wouldn't happen. Even going to the IMF, it was solely the decision of the president. Because before then, they have been around the system, they are not going to the IMF. No. We run an executive president.
All this economy, are you saying, Ghana for Infanto Mutimu say it has nothing to do with Baumia?
It has absolutely, I'm telling you for a fact, Vice President Bienwa or control the economy of Ghana, irrespective of what you've said in the past or the knowledge you have.
But I remember, you see, this is where history comes in. Mr. Waike, this is where history comes in. I remember during Mahama's time when he was the vice president and therefore he was the management team, economic management team. He was a leader of that team. When things started falling apart, he was being blamed. And so now,
no, he wasn't blamed.
Hey.
He wasn't blamed.
Hey.
Mahama was never blamed as vice president. The only
sure?
thing Mahama was blamed was there. So Wakoti Chobo, blamed Wakoti Chobo. No vice president was blamed.
For me, what people are listening, Mr. One Anochi, or say I'm watching you live from Ghana. Ativie, is it Atiwa East constituency? Very educative program from Anochi.
And let me add by telling something
else. Godfather, say, all what has happened, it has nothing to do with Baumianti. The noise that Kennedy Japan is, calling his credibility into question, man, fine, yes, and yes, sir.
Kennedy Japan, is it not the same Kennedy Japan? Do you want me to send you that clip? That says the competence of Baumia, if he's going to that time now in Susum Nitiko say Uncle race no be race now or no, or he's not going to win anyway. Kennedy Japan is not going to win, but people are just pushing him to go and spoil or saying Sikakwa. People in Crawford Susum Nitiko no. I'll send you the tape. He was saying he will vote for Baumia because Baumia has shown a competent. The same person not long ago, 6-8 months ago, just December, he was saying Baumia is competent. And that is why he's going to vote for Baumia. And it's not because you're not now or anything, but because he's competent. He's shown that he's a competent vice president for the things he's done with the digitalization and digitalization of our economy. So you see, this is politics of vindictiveness. You know very well there your opponent will find certain things. That is why they are trying to tie these things there. I mean, come on, finance minister or the finance minister is the one who takes decisions on the way the economy is run. How do you blame the vice president? The vice president is not the finance minister.
Okay.
In the history of Ghana, the two most important people when it comes to the running of the economy is the president himself and the finance minister.
So when Baumia was boasting about that economic, that particular economic management team, at that time, nani na or
you see, at that time, look, this is politics. And you are the head of the economic management team. So when you are introducing the people who are members of the economic management team, you have to put some life into it.
I see.
I mean, that it doesn't mean that they cannot be faultless. It doesn't mean that they cannot be faultless, but we know the reality.
Okay,
this is not the first time we've had an economic management team.
Very good.
Mahama time, we had an Emisata was the economic man, and according to sources, the things that Emisata always recommended wasn't taken on by Setepe.
Let's leave Emisata out of this. Baumiaka said.
Why?
Baumiaka said.
Vice president. So if we are comparing vice president,
listen, we are not comparing anything. We are only talking about what is happening now. When Baumia said, "Look,
no.
Listen, we are not comparing anything here. Listen, I'm not comparing
Ghana's
anybody.
Problem didn't start from today.
Listen,
everything that is happening today, it was in a scale, was happening.
Okay, let me ask you. I know you are a Baumia supporter. When Baumia said, "We have the money, we don't need to borrow," those
who are supposed to do the work of
Jesus Christ,
money, and toll roads, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Obviously, they didn't do it. Even the road tolls, what did they do? They remove all the road tolls without even going to Parliament for approval. So these are decisions that are taken by the president, not the vice president.
If he has been sidelined, he has been undermined, he has not been listened to. Why is he still in the government?
But let me tell you something. Look, if I am the vice president and I know I have the chance to be the president, it will be very stupid of me to resign because I'll kill my vision and my dream. Because
so
I know
even
very well
when you associate yourself with failure and that is bad in the eyes of Ghanaians, you have to stay with the
No,
failure.
it's not bad in the
And
eyes of
you think
Ghanaians.
you think that failure will enhance your chances?
Okay, say we are Makasa. Can I talk now?
From what you are saying, you are trying to say that Bawumia is sticking with what is now known as a failure. And by doing so, that will rather enhance his chances.
It's not a failure. It's not a failure. That is what I'm trying to say.
You don't understand my question. The administration,
I'm going to give you examples why it doesn't mean that the vice president is a failure. Especially in Ghana politics.
Nana Akufo-Addo's
if your
administration
government fails, you are part of the government that has failed.
Nana
but
Akufo-Addo's
you are not
administration
responsible for the failure.
Nana Akufo-Addo's administration who say they cannot actually stand on it to campaign. People have seen it as a failure. So no Bawumia no dia wo kan no if it's anything to go by no krese or kan nioma bebre no ma fa anya adwene a adenti no Bawumia no odi ne ho bata sa failure no ho failure no no nka ho bi no adene so odi ne ho bata ho say no mom and the be hands in position.
So when I'm going to explain, would you give me time to finish what I'm saying?
Explain why Bawumia is attached to this failure.
He's attached to the failure. He's part of the government. If you are part of the government, you are part of it. You cannot run away from it. But you are not responsible for the failure. Let me explain to you why. If you are running an internal election, it is suicidal, and in fact, it is stupid for you to campaign against your own government, especially when the people who are going to vote for you, the delegates, they are part of your party. And some of them are supporters and the defenders of your government. So I find it very strange, those who are condemning the very government they've been part of, and then they are going to the delegates, say they should vote for them. It is just suicidal. It's nonsense.
The delegates should pretend.
Let me land. Then we will know, say, you know very well, say, you cannot campaign on the failures of Akufo-Addo. You have to find a way of distancing yourself if you actually want to tap into the independent-minded voters. Because we all know, say, Akufo-Addo's government, KWEKU's government is a failure. A lot of the things that he said he was going to do hasn't been done. A very, very critical ones. So anybody who wins MPP flag bearership, and after winning, they will solely campaign for 2024 on the successes. There are some successes. They've done a lot of roads, free SHS, digitalization. It is improving a lot of things. The numbering of houses, the property rate system that is going on. They've done a lot. Otia said they are trying to do things with the digitalization of the public sector so that it can curb corruption. These are very good indicators of the successes of it. But there are primary and fundamental failures that you have to admit to the people. They say the voters are servile, especially independent-minded voters. You cannot go to them and all praises about your previous government, Akufo-Addo's government, without facing the fact that there has been failures that you have to admit and have solutions for going forward. That's the only way. If Bawumia wins, he will have to find a way of trying to chip away the things. And to his credit, like I'm saying, he's got something like the fact say he actually advised against the e-levy. And that is probably the springboard that he can use to make his argument. There are a lot of things that he spoke against. But you are in a government, you are in a cabinet. Majority carries the vote. And when the decision is made, you go with it. Nobody's idea is sacrosanct. You think
the middle class Ghanaians, the intelligentsia, will take this argument? You really think that can convince them that he has nothing to do? He has nothing to do with the failure.
Of course, that is the only way. That is the only way. Whether MPP or NDC, and for MPPs, the advantage the MPP has got, they say, Mahama Kwame John they are facing, he's also got a baggage of failures he's coming with. So both of them need to go into 2024 to admit their failures. If they don't do that now, they will struggle to find independent voters, and especially all of them know, say, they cannot win the presidential election without the support of independent-minded voters. Those are the people who win election. Most supporters know they will support the person. But there are the middle class people who can read between the lines that they don't want you to take them as marks. Say, if we know, say, you've done A, B, and C, and it's a failure, you have to admit to us, say, it's a failure. Other than that, they'll find it difficult to have these people voting for them.
So if you're advising Bawumia, how many of the failures will you ask him to admit?
I'll advise, if I'm advising, first of all, the fact that they've not been able to deal with corruption, number one. Number two, they have not been able to, what they promised about moving away from taxation to production. They've increased so many taxes within this government, and he has to admit, say, it has been disastrous. It hasn't helped. Number three is the fact, say, they have to admit, say, they have not actually planned the free SHS well. And there has to be some changes going forward with the free SHS. It has been implemented. It's running now, but it's running on spaghetti legs. So there are certain things that any of them, even Mahama himself, if he wants to win 2024, he must admit certain failures that he is under his leadership happened from 2013 to 2016, because he's not alien to it. Bawumia must have people that can really make the argument for him that way and find a way to distance himself from some of the mess that happened. Because without that and coming clean with the independent-minded voters, also supporters there, they will accept it. But there are some people that you need them to go and queue there. They don't really care about MPP or NDC, but they want to see something different going forward.
How will he do that without sounding condescending, so to speak, to especially the middle, what do we call it?
Middle class.
Middle class and intelligent class, or whatever it is. How is he going to, try to navigate through this dangerous path? How is Bawumia going to do it?
That's what I'm saying, sir. You have to be straightforward and you have to admit, sir, look, you can go on social media, look at what they are saying, and admit, sir, a lot of people are not happy with A, B, C, D. You have to come out and admit, sir, these are things that we have failed to deliver. How do we change going forward? And another thing, the last one is the exchange rate. They took it from around 4.2, and now it's about 12. It's a failure. It's a failure because they made a lot of noise about the exchange rate. $1 is to 1 cedi. All those things are there. I mean, social media these days know they lie. You can't run away from the things that you've said. So these are things that they have to confront, say, why did we fail? And I would really love, say, Bawumia will go back to what he said in December 2015, that they will adapt the exchange rate regime of Hong Kong and Bulgaria system, which is the fixed rate regime, whereby you have something called the currency board regime. And you have to be very disciplined, physical discipline. Say there is a direct ratio of money in circulation and your reserves. This is what they cannot do. They print so much money, so it goes out of control. So if he's able to do these things that he said himself, that is the way he can win the argument, because one of the things that we really, really need to talk about is the exchange rate that they've not been able to keep it down. And now it's just all over the place. None of them, and I'm saying Bawumia because you asked me about Bawumia, but me looking at it from the outside, looking at the two candidates, the good news for MPP and whoever, especially if Bawumia is the one they choose now, is because they are facing Mahama. And so far, NDC for arguments now, it's as if they are talking to just their supporters. That is the danger for the NDC.
Why?
Because Mahama has been president before, but that's what they don't want to accept. Mahama has been president before. So people are going to ask, what are you coming to do different from what you did?
But you see, this question, anytime I ask, me scratching me tea. Mahama, even people are now complaining that he talks too much, he should shut up. He has outlined every sector, including defense, security, infrastructure, including education.
Where did he outline that?
Even despite everything else, the 2020 election, their manifesto, it was formidable information there. After that, even after the so-called, what do we call it, what is the acronym for what they did? People's money being capitalized, and what is this in they are buying this second year, pensioners strike near that day. He has spoken on everything. What should be done? Even sometimes he has suggested that the albino should come down, and we should come together to find solution. People don't listen; they don't want to know, and still they are asking Mahama, "What have you got to say?" The guy is saying too much. People are not listening.
Mansa Musa, how come when Bawumia says something, everybody hears about it, but Mahama says something, you are saying he's saying things, and people don't hear?
When Mahama recently said that he will abolish, hang on. When Mahama said he will abolish ex gratia, the people charged at him, challenging. Nobody even asked Bawumia that. Oh, Mahama has said that. Hang on a second, I'll let you speak. Nobody said that. Mahama has said this. Bawumia, what do you say to this? And you still say he hasn't said anything. Mahama said he will abolish Bawumia ex gratia. What did the MPP people say? All the contenders.
He didn't say you abolish ex gratia. Don't misquote him.
It is the understanding of say that he will make sure. He said most of all the ones that he can control, he will make sure that it won't happen. Then he will take it to the parliament and make sure how best they can bring about, somehow to abolish it. It is a fact. Why hasn't anyone from the NPP hierarchy also responded, whether it is a good idea or bad idea? Why are you guys not asking them? Mahama speaks, you don't listen. Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Because what he said was very, very unconvincing. That's all.
Are you?
It was very unconvincing.
Okay, so don't say that he hasn't spoken. He speaks, but it's not convincing enough. Fine.
He will review ex gratia.
Yes.
Yes. He will review ex gratia.
Yes.
And he also talked about, he also talked about constitutional review. But you see, these are the things that when he says that people don't believe him. Atta Mills reviewed the constitution, and Mahama allowed it to stay under the deck for years.
Mr. Godfather.
He didn't do anything about it.
You see, Mr.
So
Godfather,
why would anybody believe him said this time he's going to do something about it?
Mr. Godfather, you are saying different things now. The first is that he hasn't said nothing. It's different from the fact that what he has said is unbelievable, cannot be believed, or it's not good. It's a different topic. So don't mix the two. If you say he hasn't said anything, it's not true.
No. I didn't say he hasn't said anything. I said on the things that he under his government, he failed. Okay. He hasn't admitted anything.
I've given you almost more time.
Different.
I've given you more time than BIMPEH, who is here, but stay there. There's somebody too on the other line.
Because the person sitting there, he knows say I'm making an argument for him. That's why he's quiet.
No. I'm not saying you are doing something bad. No, he's happy because
I'm just pulling his leg. I'm telling there. He's happy. I'm making an argument for him. That's why he's quiet.
Doesn't like what you are doing now, and Kawama signal, so don't worry. You are doing what is good, and he likes it. Fair enough. I'm just making my comment. Let me go on the another phone number and listen. Hello, Ambrose.
Hello.
Yeah, well, welcome, Ambrose.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening to you and your listeners, and also your panelists, KWEKU BIMPEH. Mansa Musa, I've been listening, but I'm not happy the way you are handling the program.
Okay.
You have one-on-one with KWEKU BIMPEH. He's the person we are listening to. So if you allow somebody to come in briefly, then you allow the person to go so that we listen to the person.
So I'm going to make you.
Because the person who was speaking
Ambrose,
was off the target.
Ambrose,
yes.
I will take your advice. I'm going to let you be very brief so that I can go to KWEKU BIMPEH.
I am done. I just want you to concentrate on your one-to-one so that we listen to him. What they have for us. Thank you.
Thank you. KWEKU. Honestly speaking, some of me feel saying, "Oh, come out, now you are happy with it."
It's okay, but when it goes on the piano.
Okay. Now I'm sorry I'm really sorry. I beg your pardon. Now let's talk about your flag bearer race. A lot of things are being said, though, and they say me read the baby Obi Troy Bram said this man should just shut up. And who is he talking about? Talking about Boache Jaku. Now he's blaming Gabi Ochedaku. And Gabi Ochedaku Amerino. And so I don't know what is. So what do we do? And now ba Alanswa. What message? Dear Pana Omunyano. Ufu say eye omu trump card. I'll bet me ejinaso. According to your friend is saying Mr. YK, and I say Godfather no. Dear pa no mu nyina be gina so e dia contesting Bahama. Because Bahama na ye omo opponent.
But as Mansa Musa, now election day, when we have an election, some of these things are okay to be expected. Ubi a was election be abeku smooth, ubi in Kasamunti, ubi in Kofa, ubi in Free Money, and like I said, we are not being realistic. The point is that they all want to win the presidential candidature. Say me be found who has that ebe me a emenya nipa me unu and sympathy be a me de bebo but in some be on so be crown over na enye no kre enti I don't know, we should take it with a pinch of salt. It's an internal election, and these things have to be expected. My own experience or UK my election, it was very similar. People were saying all sorts of things be no kre be no kre enti yes, we'll take it with a pinch of salt. Now when it comes to the tenor, I'm sure we know there are three front runners. There are three front runners. His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Honorable Ken, and Honorable Alan. I think it's fair to say that these are three key. We hear a Domodi Omachi, we hear a campaign messages about Bontene, and we hear a Dom and a Hokeka. Niakano, they don't match them, Papa. And perhaps the question should be: is anybody saying they don't between that match Mahama? But we already know JM. He's been in the political scene for quite a number of times. OBB Obeya Sebe why go through the ranks and what the president. And the only one of the constitution man who was number be. The facts were DB Payne, vice president, I don't think that any of these three front runners, it's not a match for JM. I think they will overshadow John Dramani Mahama. Any of those three will beat John Mahama hands down. Because the NPP has a big track record of success in the last administration. Yes, we agree. I wouldn't use the word failures like the other caller used. There are challenges with some of the policies that they buy. And they have to. Now, by because there is something called realism. Realism, you have to understand, say, any money be want to be no one make you room for it. JM ebae yehun yobaye in fact utie no nansan kra na ase why worse than when he was even president. The vision and the policy now are very corrupted. The last time we tell it was the vision about me tell na social media as well say oba obebiebie enkuko nyuma poultry farm ama party members.
Yeah.
Na enkuko buo ni nkusua ne bi to turn I mean we have to be serious about governing Ghana. We want Ghana to develop into a nation like the United Kingdom, United States. And we have someone who is contesting for presidency, who is campaigning, well, on a small vision of Nkukobu ne Nkukose. Because I don't have a crowd pen, Nkukose ne Mwasem do 7. I mean, that vision is a vision compared to three front runners, the vision of the banner. It's a no-brainer. It's not much.
Mame, compared to one vision among front runners,
well, you found His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for example, he's still campaigning on the digitalization. Hey, that's how it is. The digitalization. We know, sir, there is digitization and there is digitalization. These are two different words. People understand. Yes. Honorable Alan, a campaign on the vision of the 1D1F Odiaba to expand it. Well, so 1D1F is a trick. The 1D1F as a sector minister, no, Honorable His Excellency is not a sector minister. Now, he's still not a sector minister. He's not a sector minister. Honorable Alan, a sector minister. So he's campaigning. He's campaigning. He's campaigning on the 1D1F, and then you have Honorable Ken, who's campaigning on discipline and patriotism. So each of these or any of these three visions, will beat Mahama hands down, if you ask me, because we've seen John Mahama, we've seen the kind of presidency he had, we've seen the reign. He took on at a time when the country was moving really fast and moving forward, without any global external shocks. He was able to bring things down. He was able to reduce anema. He was able to, salvage the economy to the point where we have to go to IMF. Different context, completely two different contexts. When we went and when they went. Okay. And I don't think it's fair for him to come back and ask for the seat again. I think Ghanaians should be more.
You don't think it's fair?
No, I don't think it's fair.
On
Mohammed's part to come in.
If whether it's fair or not, it's up to the NDC for a chance.
I'm making my claim. I'm allowed to, as a citizen of Ghana, to make my claim. So I'm stating my claim. It's up to them to agree or not.
But before I make a telephone, Richard Anane, I said the MPP man is a liar like Nanado. And Anthony, what is it? What's spelling the year? Bastoni.
Bastoni, yeah.
Ufi Tiwa.
Tiwa, baby.
I'm looking at my future MP at Etiwa East. And Obiani down so. All right, let's go to the phone. 4485. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Mansa Musa. Design.
Me who you now find you?
I am Pastor friend Richard Anane.
Richard.
Yeah.
Yanko.
I am people name refinidi kakra.
Mr. KWEKU BIMPEH. Sorry about that.
Good evening, Michiano.
Go for how you say was beach.
I'm on one cassette radio show cassette. Mahama Yakronfona, then Sasami no the Egusuka. One Ekronfo and Anado, PDS. Aboboya,
NFM Radio.
And a motion of more power. Mahama Deremo, on any minister say, Semumo evidence or more discount from Gokot. More almost 8 years, Muntimichu be a there be a much on more propaganda politics. Say Mahama Yakronfo. One Ekronfo and Anado.
Have I said?
I'll get the crab at and another Ekronfo. Obianim. Or no, to walk on Anado. And in the bush for you now.
You're correct.
On one minister.
To be fair to Richard, before you continue, the guest in Akasa was studio on there on far chromophobia to Maham say one of the callers say a godfather I know here reference about say Mahama Kucha Chobo se bibisa anti I have to clear that so the be obi nka say ni party studio no why boni bi
but so oka bibi say o say Mahama you say the policy na o de ba no even or a more corrupt thing first no if somebody says somebody is corrupt what do you mean of corrupt? That's not way. What I say nti Mahama is corrupt nipa no in which way Mahama ba Ghana and then okowura one ya ono okodu Ghana say no free airport but we say Mahama why bibi e dey ama Ghana for Nana Ado ne legacy be no dey ba Ghana apart from Ajapadil apart from Aboboya Ayira apart from Skedie krono ma ba Ghana enu kwa no betima Ghana oba e free education was sex education system no bibia yejuma Ghana nti o mo kan okre na sa one and have your can Ghana no just run am to already so no na mbo am say Ghana for ni ati o yo maka bia na betu o mo na sikwa am ko fie enti no o mo professor obia do we di Ghana sika bia no o ba ko president me da manu asa
wo ho kwan say me busa we NDC ni
mpacha me NDC ba me say Ghana ni
we card bearing member.
Yeah, card bearing member. Me North London NDC member.
Okay, me ntie won kan hada, but the ntie me busa no enye the topic for tonight, but what by say me busa also am say mo ho kire mo kakra o.
Yeah, we need me ba am say won kai me. We say the last time we JM buy kra no.
Okay. Any dey your problem. Bia me ni me share that but me ni mo ani, but the American say mo so mo ho kire mo kakra mo ntumi nya elections ye ni mguasi kakra o ana
Aye. Wanga so maseba. Fatu so manin to so congratulations we anu aba.
Yeah, that's why.
Every before say mo free how mo nya election.
Well, we anu aba.
Oh, you ate. By the be to mo na si kwa mo ku fie ntro mo prepare.
Anyway, good call. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Me that's it.
Yo. Right, so one Richard Namotin in Kano. Look, so I mean, anybody can call from now on. But I say a short. Me I mean, it's not right for anyone to stay to hog the line, as they say in English. Ube jina swa ye comments be debi. Oba o kind of short. Call until ubi amfre. Oh, paper na me the numbers ni bi go until farmer me na me kan. I had me refi. Me will say I will be trim. But this time nipa na unyine dodo. Ni mi enu nyina men twintwini because hu hia de abako so. Enti 0208 123 5911 and I say 07876 251 261. Wa opepia pese obedi nkomo no be free na yenko. Anyway, enti if I cry ye do ya.
Oh, dear Drew so say presidential aspirants no the end omo between the
yes say what is their strong points are me vegan so bia me because problem omo won he ubetimi adodge ubetimi dive ubetimi ebudichi yes twist and turn we try dey opa bia but ye this particular governance no afol for omu nyina ho a kire say only quite a few maybe one or two Obi say Cabinet Japan, definitely he is very clean. Na si yehwemu pa nka amanfo to abano according to credibility pa nka obi say Cabinet Japan, whom I have vouched for and I say me my endorse no. He is the guy who should lead you.
I don't know why endorse no.
Because he's straightforward, he's genuine and a boni ebi amfata no ho. Hey, omo maka nyina wo omo negative big ones. So I'm still asking say in particular, if I say onu na amufu say on win no we Cabinet Japan obi dey say if I Jogati Jaku Boache Jaku there positive span no mu wa esini Mahama.
That's the way there.
Yes.
That's what we start there. Oh, yeah, Marco campaign team wo Jogati ni Boache. I've already told you say first, we look at those three front runners, and I'm not here to speak for any of them. I'm not campaigning. I'm not allowed to even do that. I only chose the top three, and I think it's only fair. Because we know His Excellency, former president, in Niwaye Pain, as Bedi Knakano, and Yadia, maybe for say Oba, and he hasn't even shown in the time I was in a position. I haven't seen any policy alternative against the MPP for Diaba. That is one. Abubakar wa ofuntumum agrobe so afianopa see if ex-president John Dramani Mahama is very serious about building Ghana ankaba na on the alternative policies ye dey ba no dey aba have you even seen that before even see that Nemeti Nancy and I make catch the way about in Cocobu near the
me bow.
So what I say?
And we said that in person because anything for now dodgy. But Cocobu will kind of say, be as a you at your stature. No, it is part of an Greek policy. Look, when him said Tinibu or buy a Tinibu, a circle, Kramik, in person. What do my dear say? What could you hundreds of thousands of acres? I'm about 10,000 youth. One more Greek implement be Biamufanya Greek. It's part of the Greek policy.
Say Mahama. One Kasame bar and Kukoni a part of a policy. One Kasa. No. Or semi percent more year you marketing kitty.
It's a policy.
Oh, Debbie. Nanny, I can see Dr. Koto crash.
Or see the bar for more. Some people will do farming. Normal farming could be a bro. Everybody a bunch, everybody a buy there. Everybody the industrial farming so will be a bear, cocoa near the idea. Everybody fishing. Look as a pond fishers and then no more obibaby. A quite bibia. Ebi so by yes, okay, or ye poultry. And this is what it is designed. That's all kind of crazy. So, I will let people do poultry. And we are some bonny.
Now I see you're doing James bidding for him. It's allowed. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that because we are James bidding.
No, you are right to accuse me.
What is something I said about respond there?
It's not fair on you, Papa.
You're deep. But it's fine.
I'm not going to challenge you.
Mami, somehow another example.
Go ahead.
Another example. You remember to 2020, no? You had the policy by me, manifesto. And you see the auto industry, they say Shimukena. You auto industry, no. If we get it right, you the jobs, one, every youth. And the two, income, I'm a youth. And the three, the developments where they, so, yeah, you sir. The Chrome auto industry, no, I did almost 300-400 billion pounds to the economy. But you're Jitum. And the auto policy buy, no. And then I don't money Muhammad buy. What the Asabo boy Akatuano, is a Pragiano. And also about no way Pragiaman Crawford. But that's what we came with. It is the Obia or what vision for the country. Our best country moving forward. I achieved the big feats. Certain countries achieve here. The vision should be bigger. And we have to be serious. He is not the man for Ghana. Abobo ya the ending. Yes, it has its place. But see, developing baby a war and they the auto industry to add billions to the economy. Our economy, Union Bibajina so kasi as economy not tonight, say no. Yakofa Pragia is saying that the economy. This is why I'm saying, say, Oripanos to Oban. He is not much because the vision is small, it's fun.
Okay.
We have to be serious about governance in Ghana. If you pay attention to your MPP presidential aspirants, you follow Omo because message is not Omo you're bigger. So what I say, His Excellency, Dr. Mahmoud Mami, digitization is big. Dr. Kotoni, a great issue, a big. And no cash crop policy, a massive. Saying Bibia, Yentieno. Kwabla Japan also a clean, Yentieno. Unfortunately, politics is run on campaigning and with numbers. Wow, but me and numbers near Trump. Yes, sir. I wish everybody well. I hope the best man wins. And whoever wins, we're going to rally behind him. You will see me here coming to campaign for that person in particular. Now, I can't do that per se as an executive because otherwise I get told off by my boss. But you follow omo ni entie campaign messages omo dey ba media kakra mate no campaign messages na mate nyina no emu ode emu gina ho. It's up to the team to sell their candidate emu ode say beto digitization so de say beto auto industry de say beto discipline to tradition de
question baby I can say de no na be say into obi to say ahene nananom hene otare otikoko so or no to me because say hey mo did Jesus Christ ba mo be lusu against Mahama just Obwa.
He's allowed to it's his view. Views are free.
And view wrong.
His views are fine. He's entitled to have his views. You can't argue about that.
Until you are just having views. What would you are just having views just for the view's sake?
It's my view, and I'm here, and I'm convinced it's the right view, and I'm here to talk about it on radio for your listeners. I am absolutely convinced.
Obipa, Sebi, on him ponke siepa what mo very high place. I know na ye mo strongholds. Our kasa nkrofotie, and also kasa na asante hinitie. Because hey, baby, I want to call it here. Well, what did Jesus call Bambeluzwa? Who say just in the views? Are you try? One try to say, come back and say, oh, can you convince him say he's wrong?
One answer my question, mama. Yeah, there were and say in a democracy, no.
Yeah.
Everyone has free speech.
Okay.
Ubiabe to me act but it's up to them. I know thing and then what evidence. I would the best say as my make no any. Ubi sama sami. Mama me view and mama evidence in tear me hold this view no. And mama the reason tear me feel say your front runners in will beat JM hands down. We know that there is a wider issue in the Ghanaian population because we have the COVID and the Ukraine war impact but we are picking up. And that issue, no near issue, Ghana issue was a global issue.
Mansa Musa about what Godfather said previously earlier, say the economic downturn or the economic destruction or the doom, the problem we have now has nothing to do with Bawumia. Do you also share the same view?
Why has it got to do with him? We had, before COVID, we were doing really well. And then we had COVID when there was supply chains were disrupted. And disruption in supply chains results in serious shortages in the factories and in the workplace. Yeah, you cover Kakra and Ukraine war so by and also another disruption to supply chains. Particularly,
what you are saying is not exactly true.
Why is it not true?
Me what documents
it's
not true. Say supply chains run down in Ghana.
Oh, is that what I said?
So supply chains been
Is that what I said?
No, supply chains been Okano.
Is that what I said? Say supply chains.
It's not in Ghana.
No, I said global supply chains.
And how did they affect Ghana?
And I will say, but this is the problem with it. You see, when we talk of economy,
how did they affect Ghana?
When we talk of economy, and yet Niamana Tunton
may say,
how
did the supply chain globally affect Ghana? How did it affect? That's what explain to me.
That economy is networked. We have networks of people are transactions.
Ghana shortage. One shortage because of the COVID happening here.
Mansa Musa, say containers be fi dey containers na be fi no. Ye na ye dey ba.
Me say.
Me answer. Me answer. Container ship na dey ba Ghana dey na ma kofi no. Eh na free na kwa.
Okay, if you
abrochire he.
Enti amba no, yeah, Ghana for so far.
Train. Me say ship na free he.
Don't let a man din common say nkola.
Oh, that be.
Hey, abrochire na fiba.
Okay.
Enti bi amba Ghana.
It is that ship no.
Affect Ghana.
Ship na ba dey na ye dey ba.
And in your man eba enti dey amba Ghana.
Bonema ba ko ship na dey ba mama.
Oh, and your man bia say Ghana for here bia no. COVID time bia mama.
So who dim say e mo say import e mo. Who dim say import e mo.
Enti who patch say COVID time rice shortage in Ghana. That's our patch. Was there rice shortage? No. Was there rice shortage in Ghana?
During the COVID time, no. And Niamana was about fear we are seeing now.
May say what was the shortage particularly?
Well, I mean the figures in particular today. Meaning class figures no. But say na mo na eba na say she ba ko ntimi ama for busumi Obian Chira was saying here figures.
All right.
And one who says swati. It's a problem.
Fair enough.
Say now you confirm free South Africa. And South Africa confirm free Ukraine. You have problem free ho.
Okay.
Me no take from here. Electricity ni maybe fi.
Okay. Fine.
You who say electricity be short. Me pa to answer me. Yet ha no. During COVID time no. You who say electricity be short. See electricity for Europe. You for free Germany, for free Ukraine. What mo confirm fi ho. E dey tin ne. Price of electricity across energy. And you have an echo phone.
Okay.
It's an enemy why you don't need to calculate to see because the impact is there.
And your revenue, maybe what?
Say buying revenue no way because certificate.
William
point the gun
you are buying in COVID.
Point the country back what catch them say during COVID time.
I buy Ghana government.
And revenue
did not run out of money.
Revenue
they had much money from everywhere.
During the COVID time?
Yes.
The revenue back.
Me say, Ghana government had big money.
Don't forget, sir. Income they calculating no. I a previous quotas.
No.
It is depends on the time how far maps.
World Bank DB buy. European country we buy. I'm say IMF there soft loan to help. They are calling you sika because of coming the chair. You chair my Ghana for. Why jini ready? The coup for the crop fight jini ready. This who catch it.
It's who out here as a radio presenter. Yeah, who names a sika buy. No, but just to be in Adeba kwa. COVID is can here. Any who say we this better than But who's that way? Better than my NDC. I'm back. Who are why you research? No. Who na who can say sika buy?
Me say me ya research.
Who na who say sika buy? But Joyesa, who say sika free haneha? And I make a just say. It one who says sika ayi bibi I guess the die ye die.
Me nim some die bibi.
Go for ten fie na e chiche yan genuine na man go for.
Billions of dollars.
Hold on. What's the more idea about Mansa Musa?
Unim scanner according to the already budget.
Mansa Musa.
Unim sika free.
You're not listening to me.
It's less than.
You're not listening. You're not listening.
$2 million.
What's say me more idea about this can here? Ma catch say what about this can here? One can say me get this can here and ma confa list. What's the me more idea about this can here?
Anyway.
And I'm about back question I say. Yet the genuine name Crawford. What I say? It costs money to do that. And Ukwano, yeah, and never every COVID time. Come on, we've had this discussion in the past.
Like what?
Every time about you know, and it's quite sad when people pretend say and never see in the new. But the fact that we name says, you know, and they say, who evidence?
You could draw punk room.
Who evidence? Who evidence?
Show me the baby American every auditor general.
Who evidence? Then actually.
Sikana ye huni nyina auditor general books mu na ewo.
Oh no, say auditor say.
I am ye the bus.
Or simple for that chain.
Okay, say, ma maybe every is it tamale ebe na say 100,000 pen on the man COVID sikana e weji no ono nya 100,000 pen.
You think kwaso onye bi dey.
Exactly.
Who onye bi Let's on a serious note. It's unfair to position a government as safe as a government, you know. COVID sick by the World Bank issue a statement said they were happy with the way they're spending COVID money. It's all over the news. If you like, I can Google it. We can read it online. And if the World Bank money is can still be happy with the way this is kana. And then I will out to Mansa Musa. I say, who when you be this canoe?
Any and now for more my directives and ACM bra. Any and directives are for Eddie Maya. Yeah, won't just say, directive economy view.
Directive
or no for that or by Shani White image now by kind Bible. Or by kind Bible. It's on your crown control economy. No, I mind the mobile view. Hey, Sakamunya will be our year bold, sir. Alan Chamantin about 6 months ago, 8 months, maybe 1 year ago. And Oka say, hey, these people, they are not listening to me. I'm out. And I will be and Kabadis can followers, baby. But when you know, there's no way I think Ghanaians will just allow them to roughshod over everybody and say, yes, near Bray soon, Namaka say. They haven't even got the humility. And Brazil make say, look, yeah, ye and Timufanche. No, almost be okay. The BBA from Mosoro, if you
we haven't
and Ukraine, Russia.
I don't think that the party and the government have claimed say BBI okay. I think that we recognize that there are challenges. And you know, just like everywhere, we have challenges. And we all admit it. The preference would have been saying, you know, we would have met or delivered all the promises. But we've delivered some and not all. And let's not be idealists because it's dangerous in politics. Let's be realists. The reality is here. But education sector improvement, health sector improvement, road infrastructure, employment. Even sanitation, you know, she's done quite a fantastic job trying to sort out the problems. We can't say into everything is okay, but we have done quite well. And I think any kind of challenges
announcement
and the promise will continue to deliver to the good people of Ghana.
We are to a sad one. One Sherry Aite. Former Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture has passed. In fact, here the number recently me sending a message, so I want to have a discussion for us. So I'll get back to you. It has been announced to say, well, so Sherry Aite, you guys of the NDC fraternity will know her very well. May her soul rest in peace. Let me take one quick call, then I will let you conclude. Hello.
Mansa Musa.
Kosu yetio.
Obimpe. Why they Obojuma?
Yem friend Obimpe. Yem friend Obimpe.
Your friend say.
KWEKU BIMPEH. Enye Obimpe. KWEKU BIMPEH. Yeah.
Simple. KWEKU Obojuma pa. Bika ka mekanise. I Mansa Musa de bia no program no hostu ni ade a. Ani ya Jacob scan ni edi ni ayese. Ya na nwa se. Baby enya source of income. Onu na confirm say you use scan yi. Ya men tiases de bia Mansa Musa. And was who na kan de bia. Where bank na confirm my man. So the money was used for effective use. As me who didn't hear an argument in be free baby.
Mo beyond that damo. Sir, company for the Sicano, the Equasi. Nessa Brofoca Cham so, oh, Sicano Mushi, ye, Nessa Yamuda, ye de Anya de, me no Yamide, Nanipa Ghana, so I know Mude. Yes, I'm one of money, Edino. A month for this Canadian, Nipa Baku for or say 1 million. Enka wan kwa chise obi wia enka no nim se sika no kro obi fa bi
e no see your covid money e no see your covid
omo nyina ye covid ni bia hwe se so jo wu ye na enkrafo asase nyina no wachecha ma ne busuafo wo ye sanse hunu idi na ya bremo
Mansa Musa ta election 24 no a owura enu Mahama Eba no enye nsem se obi ko je ba bi se kobis kan unya 100 million unya se nya no na Ghana for ho ato abo
I see who feel say Ghana for angry corruption ho who feel say Ghana for advocate say Ghana for nyina te say your friend is saying Nana B ka say oh wo mo amu t-shirt kura mbeto amaye who feel say Ghana for nyina adwin te say sabi enkrofo no a wo mo amu t-shirt pe no makoto amamo Ufe sana Ghana for gwini corruption ho sana mo peno wo boa Ghana for be gwini corruption ho papa on be gwini corruption because share economy no the whole of Africa any third world nobody controls the economy name how to control your corruption if you control corruption things will be fine no kre pa mame ma ye be ponti no mame ma owura sun kabi Mr. Akresi, free United States of Africa, but the United States of America. Akresi?
Yeah, millions.
Yeah, Akwaba.
But millions sometimes is so sad. Is that having the what we are going through in Ghana today? No, because Baumia has nothing to do with it. It is a question, not the Tata, Mr. Emisano. What was he doing? He was just playing propaganda or what? Yet Ghana, 4 years in a row, government has not been able to give textbooks to students. Baumia Kujia was there, or Beba Street, a laptop. So this Baumia, who is he? People come here to defend him, he has nothing to do with the economy. Or Namu making promises, you know. Was he going to call the money for himself or what? Or say Ghana, we don't need to borrow. He was accused of Mahama of everything ever known to mankind, every crime, so far as politics was concerned. Today, look at what economic circumstances we are going through. Yes, still you see people come out here and defend this man. Now, although he's just a vice president. Is he not part of the executive government? No, you should blame the finance minister. Oh, the president will take the responsibility. Well, but we are chastising Mr. Misa. Didn't he know all these things here? There are people come here who have done well. We have a government, a nation. People go to school under trees. The president of Kusi Cathedral spent close to $60 million. People see nothing wrong with that. School feeding program is a problem. Caterers, you can't pay them. Engineers, you can't pay them. Banking crisis, people money. Just that you can go. Just tell people to support this corrupt government. I mean, what are we doing this one? Now you have people who come and say, oh, and you can't compare. You have many years ago. Ghana gained independence before Botswana. Look at Botswana. So I don't get it. We have to wait 400 years before we can improve our way of life. I mean, why don't they understand it? Well, people you believe they are erudite, they're supposed to know better. They have chance on the radio running propaganda. Common water has become essential. It's a problem in Ghana. Drinking water. This president see nothing wrong with that. You have a minister accusing a party chairman of Galamsey destroying farmlands, forest. Then the president will come and say, oh no, the chairman has not done nothing wrong. And that's the end of the case. And you have people going around, hey, Nanado MPP is the best government. Why can't you go? I was listening to about a week ago. MPP is the only party that can, what they call, transform things in Ghana, which is not true. Our history tells us. Mansa Musa, when we get independent, Ghana, yes, we don't own anybody. When Busia them came to power, obviously, and before they can go to this international market, they were developed Ghana city 46%. Then that create poverty in the nation. Economic crisis became problem. So the government, found a way, and overthrew the government. So what is the economic transformation they're talking about? Look at what another had done to our government, our economy. So why the evidence there? Kufo took us to Epic, and some of them was forgiven. So all the justification that they can run the economy better than NDC. Well, the Mansa Musa, if you see some of our brothers, because of partisan politics, they found a way to defend their political party. The people are suffering. Now, not according to his own admission. Lorry fares within 1 year has increased 100%. Inflation is beyond. So tell me, interest rate. Then you compare another government to Mahama.
Mr. Crazy, the argument will be that all these things you are saying is true, but the fault is not theirs because it is a worldwide, problem that we are facing.
So, okay, if that is what you are saying, in West Africa, ECOWAS, we have 23 countries where in West Africa they have inflation over 45%.
Sorry, make a correction. ECOWAS here 23. I'm saying 14. I'm saying Morocco person make 15. So a correction. ECOWAS near 14.
Say if you were at 10, where pensioners sika abandoned to meet Yamao.
The whole of ECOWAS region, no. In fact, the whole of Africa, no. I'm saying Ghana penna pensioners is easy. You could record, but you're not fault.
And inflation on food, Ghana is the highest, almost in Africa. So what is the argument? Ukraine, Ukraine, they are not importing, they are still exporting grains. So what's the argument? John Kuma, I see the problem they overborrowed. So what's the argument? COVID, your brother Ukraine, it's just irresponsible propaganda, my brother. You know it and not know it. The destruction that this COVID brought up, what happened in the Western world? Did you have that experience in Ghana or in West Africa?
Listen.
So my brother, thank you for your job and thank you for the opportunity, but these arguments cannot hold water. It's so sorrowful indeed. Ghana, we are going through difficult times. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, too. Okay. Because Obi Fro made me connect him on the Pakistan, no problem.
No, Africa will be inflation about 40. It's not a very good figure to compare anyway, but there are countries who have more inflation than Africa.
In Africa?
Yeah. Zimbabwe has a serious inflation problem. Sierra Leone has a serious inflation problem.
But
can't be anyhow. But
No. Okay. Listen.
I'm not proud of that. Let's get it right.
Exactly.
I'm not proud of that figure. But maybe you throw out blank statements saying.
You compare what you met and where we are now, it is overwhelmingly too bad, Anna. Well, because all share figures are 2016, inflation was 15.4. Then the public debt now 120 billion cedis.
Mansa Musa, we're not proud of the fact inflation
GDP to ratio 56. Exchange rate in India, you're running up by 4. Now today inflation is 53. Public debt is nearly over over 600 billion. GDP ratio 104. I mean, these figures are extremely very bad.
They are scary, but we know why. We understand why that's the case.
Why did that happen?
We understand exactly why that's the case. Because even in Kromuha, hold on a second.
Misuse of money.
In Kromuha, and I know that we say and compare, but Kromuha, inflation is running at 10%. It didn't see that in 40 years now. So we are not in normal times.
Into year 53 no ebe fan. Who say koya kodu baby.
Sena government no amboro amfund all the infrastructure projects or yema Ghana for. Proud to cover that. And give you and the name himself BBC perhaps we wouldn't borrow more, but we don't know. And speed and energy. There's don't misquote me. The speed and the energy. And a buying person or Boagana for your infrastructure working on. And then the man borrow to fund projects. And both the parliamentarians, MPP and DCI agreed on that particular dream. That's why they all signed it. Because you could free Kenya, one party pen free.
Yes.
Parliamentarians on both sides and sign it. And in fact, it will be very difficult to understand and accept. Say, external shocks here. And bring your free America that fighting battling inflation for God knows for some time now.
Yes,
it's now
they have increased their employment rate overwhelmingly.
But America is the world's largest economy. Yeah, it's even though someone hold on. I think no
say they are facing problem.
Yeah, they are.
Make positive in there. I feel counter so.
But
it's not safe for us to go there. Mamma figures. Mamma figures. This who can't be with infrastructure now there. Unemployment 2016.
Mansa Musa, we know the figures are not the same. I understand. I'm not contesting the figures. There's no need. I'm not contesting the figures. Mansa Musa, there's no need to go through that.
5.4.
I understand that.
And 14%.
I'm not contesting those figures.
Sector growth to agric. And we here will be also a person by president. Your money, so much money. Agric no growth, 2016 year. 2.7 and 2022 figures near 0.7 as a Greek, which is very dangerous. Manufacturing, the growth in 2016 was 7.9.
Figures what is free? That's not true. It was negative figures in free now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's your source?
Oh, these are statistics
from
Department of Ghana.
From where?
Why? Statistical department. Then we have manufacturing. Construction from 8.6 are followed by 4.2, and so these things, we can argue and go around in circles. The fact is, it's a difficult sort of endeavor for you guys. You have to promote your party, but those in leadership, they have made things difficult for you guys, haven't they?
We're not proud of those figures, I have to admit. But I will go back, and again, we cannot discount those 2 years after 2020 or those 3 years. Difficult for every country. We're still trying to build it. After COVID, in fact, just recently last month, they were predicting that we might be touching recession.
Yes.
Germany might be touching recession.
Yes.
They are picking up, and these are advanced economies. You do much. Almost quite they became.
Yes.
Yes, we're not proud of it. And
no.
If anything else,
there's no way we should be in this dilemma, this predicament. It's too much.
What do you mean?
It has gone too far.
Are we insulated from global shocks?
We are not.
Exactly. So what do you mean?
The global shock is everywhere.
Exactly.
But the rate at which Ghana's economy has,
But African country or committed to the people before the COVID than Ghana. Bobby saying the kind of investment infrastructures are
everywhere. They did the same thing, sharing of
it's
food.
Not true.
Everywhere. What's it true?
Now, Nigeria sharing of food in the sea. Korean they see sharing of food in Nigeria.
In a volume.
Korean they see sharing of food in Liberia.
In a volume, no.
Come on.
Minimum say also corruptions and for chedi.
Come on.
Akasi for the one chedi.
Yene Ghana for the year. We accept to say. And the man enko here 100%.
What charges? I mean, they won't come down.
A different issue altogether.
That's a different issue.
A charge to improve the services. Mansa Musa, we need to move away from the conversation of this. We have a business. The objective of any business is to make profit. Until one more making a profit.
A job that we have institutions that could have done.
Well,
Gucci and others.
That is what you think.
Company, even the health minister said, I don't know where they are coming from and who hired them.
Yeah,
what is this?
That is what.
Is this governance?
So, as I was saying, you're not gonna afford in here. We have challenges, and you're best gonna afford. And I'm not here to defend those figures. No, those figures are frightening and they're scary. And I want personally to see them down. But then we are not insulated, just like you said, from global shocks. Yeah, we are not an island. And you see, people say it's like a pendulum, a swing here. How far a swing, we will swing, see the shocks more because we are a weaker economy. US for UK for support. Some of my COVID time, they were debating something they couldn't do anymore because of one no more problem. And yes, we may not deal directly with Ukraine or Russia, but we are linked as an economy, a network of links. You may find maybe every South Africa, every Nigeria, not for free UK, not for free China, not for free Ukraine and Russia. Then you stop here, affecting. And yes, you may not see some Adriana shorty and as a name shorty will fee. But the fact is,
5 minutes. Yes, run up. How do you find so far? No. How is the gold for oil going?
The fact to be a Juma. For even one day. We saw it. And go for shop affecting economy in the bigger
sense. Gold for oil and we are pounds Nancy are 2 petrol thinking that the gold for oil will solve all this, but it hasn't. How is it going?
Gold for oil, as far as I understand, has done really well. Abua Sobeha, we see a city no effective in the cigar near Sessa. To go oil, by doing that gold for oil exchange, unlimited the number of dollars we have to change. It's a contribute to
wouldn't him figures I say gold na kono and home fast so our brain a soon boy a yes in a senka you better gold no.
I wouldn't have
that is the challenge. That's the argument to South say we are can this in a war power and yes you the gold ecosystem oil at least you have the right to ask say hey now gold now mo ecosystem the people should be asking this question.
Mansa Musa, we have a serious problem with the exchange rate.
We have a serious problem with transparency. Say that.
No, this government has been transparent more than any other government.
Jesus Christ.
This current MPP has been transparent more than any other government. Oh yeah. Mansa Musa, starting the office of the special prosecutor, Kojo Ponkruma, starting the briefings to hold ministers and the people accountable. And
because as a Papa Mati,
we have done a lot.
Yes.
And man be challenging. Because I try say by achieve bosh and odo ye de ma Ghana for ni tumi ye koje ye e best am nko so na am tired
we esa me boma why are here okay, my main favorite was na run. Right, where them the be twa mu kan se be ya ye nua KWEKU BIMPEH ha ye hye efrefre ti no ba mi say enye ha na ye hye ne nko am say me so me ha na adwen kakra and he's my kid brother after everything no I need to be nice and beautiful with him. KWEKU, come to your conclusion na yempon.
But as Mansa Musa, me da with you for nyina say it's been an interesting afternoon. Amambo de a journey, and then Magana Nibi Uti when they were listeners, Amambo Aquentu. Now, Aquentu to be a Eduno, you do be a best second of force, Munya Reshimu. Now, Munkoso Vajidi, Emma, MPP Amai. Now, Yenemo did ye, send yet shocks a buyer, Anka we were on a very, very serious path. Send yet shocks a buyer, Anka Yen, Bibi quite is over borrowing, can problem. But we've done quite a lot dealing with the financial mess, sorting out the economy, creating jobs, looking at infrastructure, and in particular trying to modernize, local government systems. You know, any ma also your cost focus on. Corruption has been an issue since Goldie Morovia. I check. It will be around for a while. We will get there, but part of the solution is our digitization policy. You're fighting for. You're best Ghana for Muntai na yintumi and maintain this digitization. No, you increase the economy. You expanded through an auto industry. You have accountability and shame through your patriotism and self-discipline. Sani a forerunners, I mean, sani nyina ake wonsem and amaboso yi. Na Ghana be enchebiano will improve. Sani peno. I have a firm belief, and I'm very excited for Ghana because we have a younger population. A bubbly pejuma, we try to deal with the unemployment. The youth issue has been reduced. NABCO, education sector, employment, quite a number of thousands of people. Department of Forestry, Agric, for health sector, we've employed quite a lot. There are challenges. And challenges no so make us challenges the whole be chantro, and I will never ever say challenges anyhow. Just like in the UK, just like in the US, just like in many developed economies, or more challenges. But quite unique because we're very young. We don't have much money. We don't have enough money coming in through taxation. We need to remove Saudi and move on. Now, thank God with this NIA database, 10-year creativity, we are getting a step closer to trying to move away from taxation. It might go on for a little bit, but then once the auto kicks in, once the 1D1F kicks in, once policies are binding kick in, we'll be able to reduce some of the taxation burdens. But don't forget the Ghana taxation, they probably granted entry. So about 2, 3, 4 million. Recently, I expanded tax bracket. And let's give credit when it's due. And also let's criticize when it's due. Hold the politicians to account. We Ghana Nina Utemia hold the politicians to account. MP, minister, hold it to account. And on the Ghana democracy na ide. Na kwenim. Maybe it's a communication director, but I'm telling you, sir, let's hold our people to account. Near movie Ghana to a level any confidence. Ghana has moved on, and we are proud of our heritage.
Nice one.
But that was it.
That's brave. KWEKU BIMPEH Kano no communication director, my MPP UK branch. Na wakasa kama argument me uba fire obenu me de betwitwa obenu nkyere se yentokwa na ibufo bibia ye Ghana ho don't. Anyway, Mr. Evans Manese will say I'm watching all the way from Ghana. God bless our country. Or say Comrade Japan, I rest my case. I just say on me nyadwin say me say Comrade Japan better. But there is his choice. So on that note, I wish to thank Mr. Crazy, you person can be biana.
Obi nyina zo. Emsana papa akome nyina zo na okate.
Hey. Ye ti won kan na person okasa na. What's the main cardia na nchira no?
Me say on tias is a Ghana be here, irresponsible. What your every year be auditor general report by ammonia. The president is not serious as ABC, as simple as ABC. The president is not serious. That has been our predicament.
Okay.
May God bless you.
May that's be brave for your conclusion. I'm say YK kind of saying Godfather so which is not fair. Say Godfather so can you come in and say your last piece? Hello. Hello, Godfather. Godfather say what me can me say brother be kasa na enko because me hu say ugina so still. Okay, I can only assume that
Mansa
Godfather.
Musa.
Yeah, Godfather.
What
Yeah, my a short comment na if I'm sorry, tamaso.
Uja funa okasa sia an American, definitely.
Yeah, crazy okasa fi US.
Me na just he never gives solutions. That's the issue I have with him. He never gives solutions. What I said about Bawumia is a fact. I was making a critical analysis of the vice presidentship of Ghana. not just Baumia. When Baumia was questioning Emisata, no, I said it's out of place. Emisata is a vice president. He doesn't make economic decisions. That's why Emisata didn't come out to answer him. Who say Emisata no won't me answer Baumia? But he knows very well, say he doesn't make economic decisions. He is not the finance minister, and he's not the president.
Why your friend is saying, me per se, mumu argument and you're American, but it is really unacademic. For it is really unacademic for anybody to say, the person known as the head of the economic management team has no input at all. No, and you're no correct. And you say, Nimguasia Benti, Ubeyiba Umia he look, everything has got to do with him.
No, you are misquoting me again. I'm saying, say, economic management team, just as the Council of Elders, they are merely an advisory body. If I
so are you really saying, say, Baumia, you see, we are going to turn the argument again. Are you saying, say, Baumia advised Ekufuado not to overborrow? Baumia advised Ekufuado, say, man, fair play, no, the play, the test. Ekufuado ni test, or different charter flight, you know. Baumia to Nufuna, Ekufuado NTA, and a Baumia, Eti Huabesine, and yes, Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about? Did you hear what Emisata's wife said? I know there can't change. Did you hear what he said? He said several times he wanted to resign. But she advised Emisata not to.
Have we heard Baumia saying that Baumia wife is say Abeka said Baumia wanted to resign?
Oh, you see, you are just asking for things that you need to imagine what is happening.
I don't have to imagine. I'm not going to imagine.
You see,
until Emisata's wife Matilda spoke, nobody knew about this. If you are privy to the fact that Baumia wanted to resign, tell us.
I didn't say Baumia. You see, stop misquoting me. I didn't say. I'm saying, say, the frustration of vice presidents, when you don't have any vision to become a president, you may be tempted to resign. That is why Emisata wanted to resign.
I tell you, if Baumia had resigned to have helped him, I will tell you for free. If Baumia had resigned a year ago, say, hey, all his advice is being ignored.
What kind of thinking is that? What kind of thinking is that? We're vice president. You want to become president, then because the Oma advisor, they don't listen to you.
The good advice that will save the economy, if you give and they are not taking it. Now why you come to we see Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Listen, Mr. Godfather, hey, Godfather. Minimum una we are God, ne father. Minimum una we are God, ne father. Nemo minimum your friend Mansa Musa. Listen, ya bre, ya fancy ha, nyame boa. Ochina ye nyina ebe home holiday. Nyame boa from Monday. Tambia obenya hono waba.
I'm rounding up by saying, according to Ghana's constitution, the vice president has no bloody mandate. He is just an errand boy of the president.
Okay.
He can be ignored if the president doesn't want to listen to the vice president. Kaput.
Thank you very much. Godfather, Adi Chipanchi yina, bye bye. Asempa na ya ti die chese ha ni besi mitamu nyina asi nyame ya adoma ochina Sunday mo ambe kwa sore mo kwa sore me bom pai wo fie mitamu nyina asi. Thank you all, especially those of you in Accra and TBA and all those places, and those of you who send message on WhatsApp I couldn't read. Let's say thank you when I make good making. Oh, let's say thank you, dear. No, but honestly speaking, thanks for reminding me. Young fan that's so Mark BIMPEH. In fact, I can say Nanka Ian to me, Maso, but or no, the party who do any Ghana who don't or try army will be do her. Yami Aduma next time, no, you be a flyer, Papa B, near the Achiche Mobie who say, Yeniabre, Intimidamu, say. including all the MPP or NDC people. Thank you all. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Cheers. Bye-bye.
NFM Radio. NFM Radio.
Hallelujah, Hosanna. Hallelujah, Hosanna. You remain at the same. There is no one like you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Hosanna. In every situation. Hallelujah, Hosanna. 'Cause you remain the same, oh God. You remain at the same. There is no one like you. Okorobịa dị mma, ọ maka nsi gị ụwa. I am that I am, there is no one like you, Papa. My great provider, Jesus, oh my Redeemer. Alpha Omega, there is no one like you. Chibo. Immense bue, okwaki kanga kono. Immense bue, okwaki kanga kosara. Ebe kwedike, china sekbere. No one like you. Hallelujah, Hosanna. Hallelujah, Hosanna. When I'm down, I'll cry. You remain at the same. There is no one like you. You'll never change. You'll never change. Hallelujah, Hosanna. In my down city. Hallelujah,